From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Hello, my name is Prefix and welcome back to Season 2 of the Caspian Sea.
I'm trying to remember, but it's been a while.
So, a dwarf showed up at Sean's church, right? And tipped him off that there was a vampire in the settlement.
But unbeknownst to them, a fell evil has taken the town. And as well, when we ponder and we look across the settlement landscape, we notice it to be destroyed. Large encampments of undead attack the city every night, and the people become scared and lost.
It is going to make a attack against Buford.
5 feet away, fuck! What is that goddamn fucking beholder piece of shit? Is that my save or his attack?
Your save.
Oh no.
Roll the death ray?
Oh!
38 damage, you're dying.
It vaporizes your face and your scales and your skin, and you fall as a husk of what you were before.
And here lied the body of Buford Davenport III. You shall be missed, and you will always be within our hearts. Our heroes end up discovering a small hut out in the middle of the town, just off the beaten path, but do discover soon that a little old lady that resides within has a deal of a lifetime for each of our heroes. As deals have been made and bargains struck, our heroes continue along the righteous path to try to quell the land of this evil and darkness. They find out that its minions are rampant at work, and through the power of a crystal have summoned the old gods. And upon victory, they claim the power for themselves. Grog, weathered from the seemingly never-ending battle, still carries his head high while brandishing his frost-tipped axe to cold-ass Honky. While still trying to line his pockets with gold, he has a new wonder of the ethereal planes and whether or not his gods exist. Buford. It's not known for a dragonborn to be selfless, but in the battles to protect the villagers from the unseen undead horns, Buford sacrifices his life to save everyone. Finnick. As our party members return from the ethereal plane to save Edmund's mind, something from the ethereal plane has other plans for Finnick. What will happen to him? Will we ever see him again? We do not know. Edmund. After trying to identify an ancient artifact, Edmund's mind and soul were cast into the astral sea. His voice and source of his power has left him, and only time will tell how this traumatic experience has affected him. Fisker. After proving himself to be a well-mannered marksman, Fisker returns home to see his wife and children. With the rest of the adventuring party taking a much-needed respite, Fisker speaks to his wife and finds out that his children have made a new friend. Whether or not this weary traveler is a friend or foe is to be determined, but he intends to find out. Davos. Davos realizes that it's time to hone his skills even more for the impending doom of Cthulhu's rule, realizing that teamwork and friendship will change the fate of this world. But an untimely gift arrives on his doorstep from a fallen comrade, which makes him ponder the meaning of it all. Zen. This satyr has symmetrical biceps. That is all. But beware, the sea is a harsh mistress and has wants and needs of its own. Survival is not guaranteed in the Caspian Sea, and new faces and new characters begin to emerge. Can our heroes set aside their differences for the greater good? Can our heroes set aside their desire for monetary gain? Can our heroes bring together countless races to fight at World's End? We intend to find out. Welcome to D&D's 5th edition, The Caspian Sea, Season 2.
Hang him from the yard. From this day forth, you put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum!
the live stream. We are in the camp.
Nice.
In the camp.
What really sucks is I forgot to go get tubes, and I only have 4 left.
Oh, the old looking on the floor for tubes that aren't too ripped to reuse. I've been there, buddy.
Oh, tubes. Oh. Do you have
Probably-
any
Just start
papers?
chewing them.
Like joint papers?
No, it'll probably be me cutting open 7 pop cans that are just filled with butts.
Oh, God, dude. You don't have any papers? Like joint papers?
Wait, what? How would that
Yeah, he
help?
smokes out of a bowl.
No, like cans that are full of cigarette butts.
Do you have a pipe? Smoke some pipe tobacco or something.
No, that's how death happens.
It doesn't work out that well, does it?
No.
I've tried it.
Yeah, but it's better than fucking smoking greasy can butts.
Just go to Needs right now, John. You're
I'm
right
high
there.
as fuck and tired and full of neocitrin. I ain't getting in no fucking
You
car.
should not be doing that. That's where
Fair
we
enough.
talk to Sean tomorrow, and he's like, "Yeah, I was in jail last night."
Yeah, that's the last thing
Yeah.
I need.
Oh,
Where's your doctor's note? I don't know. I asked my prison guard that had his hand up my ass.
I was incarcerated. I don't need that no more.
yeah.
But anyways, Cote Dana live stream's up whenever you're ready.
Oh man, I just checked. I'm still on 1 of 34 files.
Damn.
All right, well, keep going. Carry on. I
I'm
mean, I'll
still
be in there
getting
when I can get
sorted.
in
It's fine.
there.
A lot of setup involved here. You might hear yourselves echoing for a few seconds while I figure this out.
All right, give me a warning so I can mute the live stream.
It's already
Yeah,
done.
it's fine.
Oh. Okay, I'll put us back on the break.
Alright, so I can hear you guys.
this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Expecto Patronum! Expecto
We are back in the camp. We got people showing up to watch, so I'm gonna open the doors.
Like just classics.
Going
Those
back
guys
to the
like
80s pop
literally were
songs.
made some bangers back then, dude.
All right, live stream back on. Hello, everybody.
Daryl
They're
Hall's
still-
kind of a gomer, but he was like 10 years old now, but he used to have an interesting podcast where he would invite popular musicians over to his little kind of man cave hideaway and proceed to butcher their songs in his own wonderful way.
Oh my god, that's funny. They're
Check-
still
yeah.
492nd in the world. Like I was listening to them and just looked at their ranking on Spotify, but yeah, dude, like you listen to their songs still and you're like, fuck yeah, that's a banger, bro. Like
So go on YouTube and look for Live from Daryl's House.
okay.
There's a whole bunch of super HD videos of him. And they're the primo musicians too.
Yeah,
And,
I'll check that
Daryl's
out.
will cover people's songs with them there, covering them too, or singing them
That's
too.
hilarious.
Yep.
What was the other one Caleb brought out during the campaign that I fucking hadn't heard in years was Aqualung. I loved
I love
that.
Tall
I
Man.
hadn't heard that in so long, but yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
If I
Jethro
DM
Tull.
at some point,
Yeah.
I'm definitely putting in like a song riddle that you guys are gonna have to solve because I
Nice.
loved that idea of that because I was trying to pick out information from the song and everything, and I just liked that idea a lot. I was like, fuck yeah. I was just like was coming up with lots of different ideas for
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
things.
no, your idea was way cooler than mine.
And like another one that'd be really cool is some traps that like you had some good traps in yours, Caleb, because like I should be looking for that shit, lock picking a little bit, stuff like that. But a door that either is a mirror or has a shit ton of knobs or locks on it. And then depending on how you go about
Well,
getting
don't ruin
through
it
the
if you're
door-
gonna DM it. Don't tell
Oh
them.
no, I can divert the idea into something totally different too. But yeah, like just how you go through it will be what's behind that door. So it's just like an ever changing. Nobody knows what's gonna happen until you guys get through it, right?
Oh,
like I
that
wouldn't
is
even
cool.
know. And then the other one was the mirror one, where it's like your doppelgangers are in the mirror. And because you're seeing yourself, right? And the only way to get through the mirror is to do certain gestures or certain actions or speak to your doppelgangers the right way. And if you
Ridiculous.
don't, then the doppelgangers come out and you have a battle versus your own staff.
The first thing you described is almost like wandering the astral plane, because when you do that, there's portals all over the place, and you don't know what portal the
Yep.
plane goes, the plane the portal goes to, and if you don't have the knowledge to identify it, you roll to make it random which one you find.
That's
So
what happened to Finnick.
Yeah, and then...
oh, is it?
Oh, what?
Phoenix
That's what
wandering
happened to
the
Finnick.
astral plane.
He
That's
got in the
amazing.
Astral Sea, and he got
Fuck
fucked
Finnick.
off.
You got fucked off.
No,
He
he's
got
not in the
fucked
Astral. I'm not. I guess I can tell you where he's at, but
Wow. Yeah.
yeah,
I
but that's
thought
what
for all
happened. The
intents and
2D,
purposes,
the
he
2D, the
was
storm
just,
of 2D portals, right?
If you want to know what actually happened, just watch Finnick's final journey. It's on YouTube.
Phoenix final journey.
Yeah, it's a live stream.
So that is canon then.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought Caleb was going back on it.
Nope.
Yeah, I
Nope.
do
No, he-
really want to get into some crafting stuff at some point, Kote.
Oh yes.
But
Describe to me how you're going to do that at any point. You're welcome to bring it up at any time.
Well, like right now we have some time. Like I was talking to Sean about it, right? So he
I mean,
wants to
in-game.
glass blow. Like okay,
But
yeah.
go ahead though. Tell me out of game 2.
well he wants to make like glass blowing and stuff, right? So those will be like containers to hold things that are magic or hold things that otherwise couldn't be held in like a fucking bladder of an animal or something.
Well,
So
yeah. The abilities of the glass blowing feat are outlined clearly on his character sheet. So
okay.
it has finite boundaries of what it can and can't do. But I can
Yeah,
do the same
so-
thing for you.
I have the poisoner's kit, but I don't have like proficiency and shit with that. And it's like the whole thing that it's coming down to for me, and what would be hard as a DM in general, is when to gift your players crafting items and how much so that it doesn't get out of hand. And that's the hard part that I'm thinking in your
Oh.
Yep.
your position.
Oh, I can
right?
I can deal with that. Don't worry about it.
So,
Just
Kote.
take a feat to
Oh,
become
sorry.
proficient with it, or we can try and write it in. But I don't really want to substitute role playing for a feat because that's not really fair to the other character. So you'll have to take a feat to become proficient with it. Or if there's another way that rogues can become proficient with it, by all means, farm the PHP and see.
I'm just thinking like how we could do it by having
It's a
more fun with
skill.
it is that everybody can get some sort of crafting going, but at the same time then we'll make it like so it's not like out of hand so much or overpowered, but have like just mini game like roles for it and shit, right? To be
Okay,
able
well,
to do it properly.
It's up,
but...
not up to me whether everybody else crafts, so it'll be up to each individual person whether they want to pursue
Well,
a
because
crafting
Honky has
profession.
like good nature, right? And he's really intelligent. So and from the beginning, he always was gathering all these herbs and shit, and wanted to do alchemy, right? So he could be the person that would create, potions that would do certain things. That would be up to you and him, like on what those things actually could be, and the materials you would have to give him over time as we play.
Yep.
And then the one I would want to do is some poisons as well. And then the second one I really wanted to do, like before the poisoning kind of stuff, was I wanted to create jewelry, right? With my
Yeah,
little
that's the thing.
hand, sleight of hand. But the thing with the jewelry is like somebody else, which I think would be best for Zen or Caleb, to take get like a crafting ability of like enchanting things, right? So then they could enchant the jewelry pieces with, let's say it's like, and then we could write this in where it's not as crazy because the invisibility ring shit like that is like a high level spell. It's hard to make something like that, and those are pretty overpowered. But something like where they could cast one of Caleb or Zen's spells one time per long rest. So they put a spell in the ring or the necklace, and then when the character holds that in hand or has it on, they can use that one time, even though they're not a caster, right?
Sorry, my headphones are
That's what I think would be
I have
awesome.
access to both invisibility and silence.
Oh, okay. But like just a damaging spell too, like that would be sick. Or like Misty Step, right? Like so someone could get Misty Step one time from Zen and only be able to use it one time per long rest, so it doesn't get like out of hand. But that would be totally up to your discretion. It would be cool for a character that doesn't cast in general to have like one use of something like that. But then
You
Sean
will be able
obviously
to do
went
that.
to the full extended idea. It would be hilarious if you had 10 rings and you were the fucking lord of 10 rings. You just have all these spells, but like no, that's insane.
No, you could if you wanted to take 45 years to craft them.
Exactly, right?
I would pay somebody to do it.
There's a way around it.
There's still a lead time.
Generally, you have to attune to an item, and you can only attune to 3 of them.
And then the other thing we could do, Kote, is where if it was shittily crafted or shittily enchanted, we can make it where it either busts the thing, like, and it's gone, or it it fucks up the enchantment almost like, Doctor Strange when he fucks up the spell with Peter Parker in that new movie.
I would do that
it
while
has
you're
like a
making the item.
curse
Yeah.
or like a
well,
messed up like version of what the fuck it was supposed to do.
Yeah, sure. Like there'll be effects when like you'll have to roll to create it, and if you do a bad job,
Yeah.
something will happen. It has to be kept simple though, or it'll quickly become a burden. So, but all that
Yeah,
stuff you
yeah.
described is perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, that'd be it would be cool if we did, like, because we don't want to take like 100 years to do this shit either, right? So like, I don't know, like, because it was always like you guys were like it would take forever to create these things, but I think if I was to stay up one night for 4 hours on a long rest and craft a ring, I could probably get that done in 4 hours.
A ring?
Yeah,
Probably.
like a ring,
Maybe.
right? And then at least have the crude item, and then from there. The other one I really wanted to do was have a ring with multiple diamonds in it and give that to someone who has resurrection. So as they burn the resurrections, they burn a diamond out of it, and then that ring
That's a
destroys
cool
at the
idea.
end, right?
I want to make an Estus flask for my team, and nobody can tell me no.
I would say that if you stayed up all night and worked for 8 hours straight, you could make the simplest possible ring that can exist in the game.
Okay, so I'd have to work on it like a few different times to make it have like 3 stone settings. Like that's what I'm saying for diamonds or something. So one stone setting would take, one of those sessions. So I'd do 3.
If you
make
wanted
this
to
ring
do
with-
a ring with 3 diamonds set into it, I'd probably make you burn at least 30 or 40 hours on that and make several skill checks, one every time you go to work on it.
Yeah,
that's a
but
really
it would be
intricate item.
good to start getting those rolling because of how long those are going to take, right?
Oh,
Over all
absolutely.
these sessions, so that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It would be nice to start getting the stuff going, but we don't have any diamonds right now anyway.
No,
But at least making the ring with the settings in it, like
Yeah, you can do that. Here, something that you don't know, because I was just talking about this to Sean the other day, is that one of the main ways this campaign is going to be different, this season's going to be different, is you're going to be able to make use of your downtime to do stuff like that, and it's going to be more than just a rarity. It's going to be a regular part of it. Like I explained carousing to Sean. Caleb probably already knows what it is. There's
Okay.
going to be a lot of that, and you can use that time to do this crafting. So like we might get to it today.
yeah, that's awesome. I just wanted to like pop that back into conversation because I know you and Sean talked about it because we were talking about it. But yeah, that's sick, man. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, just
'Cause
keep
it's
bringing
just
it in
a-
on the role playing. Just always role play that you're crafting, and it will happen.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like a lot to do on the side, right? When we're trying to also get through like pieces of the main story and things, and that's why now that we're back at Kaer Morhen, because like we were just adventuring for a long period of time there at the end, right? So we didn't have any downtime really.
You know what we
Like-
could get to see? You could be passing weeks with the roll of a die, and that's more than enough time to make anything you want. So
Okay.
trust me,
Yeah.
you'll be well served. How's it going there, Caleb?
What are you at?
Should we? I'm still coming, but you guys should probably hop in because it could be a while.
Well, yeah, it could just be Theater of the Mind for you so far, like whatever.
All right, well, I'll bring it up.
Because you were just watching me and then you called out to me, so that's like one decision I have to make now, based
Alright.
off of what you're saying.
Edmund wasn't really all that. Wasn't really completely convinced he was going to step in yet. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
no,
I
because
don't know.
I was rushing in, and then you called out to me, and we're like things don't
Yes, I
aren't
did.
as they seem. So like, yeah, I gotta like kind of make a call here. What's gonna go on?
Well,
Honky, are
if you
you
guys
still
want to
here?
jump in, we can start with that. I don't know.
Honky,
Yeah,
you here?
I'm bringing it up. As soon as Honky answers, I'll push the map.
Scooby-Doo, my kid was crying.
There he is. No problem.
No worries. Yeah, because you're the first encounter, Honky. I just was trying to hit you up there for that. Because I
Alright.
was coming in to try and do something with what's going on with you, and I don't know.
I didn't like the putting this encounter on the over map, so there's a map for it now. Hopefully you got it. I just pushed it through.
It's all black for me again. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I didn't put your tokens on. Sorry. One moment.
Or is the all black because it's like Fog of War styled, or
Yes.
okay?
So
Oh,
let
so
me
when you put the
you-
tokens, it starts to show us the line of sight stuff.
Yep. So drag onto. There we go.
Super duper cool.
Drag Edmund on.
Dragon. There's a dragon.
Oh,
It's a
God.
dragon.
Why?
I can't wait to fight a dragon, but that's
Lost
not gonna happen for a while. But that will be so fucking sick.
All right, is everybody on there now?
Debating. I'm debating switching my internet over to my phone to try and make this go faster, but I'm worried that it will
Lose
cancel the progress I've already made.
So pause it before you do it.
Usually you could try that,
think
but
I
also
can.
when you switch over, sometimes it just it stalls and then picks up back where it was. Like
Positive does that.
Wi-Fi changes have been pretty good.
I don't think I can pause the Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I would just switch it, man.
launcher.
It'll transition. It just does a little delay.
I'm at 2834 though. I'm
just leave it.
almost there.
Just leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it'll help, I mean, somebody could always stream their screen. And
I can
Caleb
do
could
that.
watch
You
on
just-
Discord on
Oh,
his
but
phone.
that's
can
gonna
watch
no. It's gonna
Sean's on
slow. It's
YouTube.
gonna slow yours down major. Every time I watch a stream, it slows
Well,
everything.
no, I can watch it on my phone.
Different.
Anyway, it
content,
doesn't
right?
matter. Just keep going. Let's start it up. I think I'll be there soon.
I got my stream going if you want it.
All right,
Okay, I'll
so
jump in.
where we left off, no, I gotta make the enemies visible. Are they visible?
They're not.
Scrog had just been grappled by one of these guys.
Cote, you got a little bit of like wind in your background or something going on.
Oh, hang on. There
Thank
go.
you.
Fixed?
Oh, I thought that was the effects of the map for a second.
No, that was my
Yeah,
fan.
it's a windy night.
Actually, speaking of that, yeah, it was very bad weather.
Oh yeah, it's
A
still
windy night.
raining and shit. Here we go, mud time. It's gonna be an orc mud pit, baby.
Let me know if this is too much. Oh, it's gonna be
Dude,
too
that
loud.
just reminded me of old school. The fucking gelatin mud fights and shit in old school.
Get on your rubber boots, bye.
Alright, anyway, let me know if that has to be adjusted. So Scrog is grappled by the orc leader around the neck. And he's got him around the neck with one arm, and he's got his battle axe in the other arm. He just struck Scrog on the head with the hilt of the battle axe. And Davos, you can now see what's going on.
Okay, I got mad initiative, so I was saying I was planning to dash up, slide under his legs, and for lack of a better term, take him by the balls, but not do any damage, just have him in a compromised situation. But then what did you say?
I don't know, what did I say?
Oh, you guys aren't... Are you guys loaded in? It seems like it's only Lunaris, Scrog, and me.
It's
Oh yeah, because
all
Caleb's
true.
not here. Okay, so Caleb, what did you say to me?
Edmund should be to your south.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, Tavos, hold. Things aren't as they seem. And then I was like, can't repeat it in character. I said, things don't seem right. Where's Fisker? How come Kaer Morhen seems so different? Blah, blah, blah.
And then I'm gonna like turn back to you in the rain, and I heard like most of what you said, but lost a bit in the weather. But I'm gonna say, what do we do? Scrog's our mate. He needs help.
And I'll hold up my hands and say, we step in if they're... we could just step in if they're going to kill him.
Okay, I'm gonna say, then we move. Let's go together. And I'm gonna take my move action and double move action dash and go 90. And hopefully
Davos,
everybody
stealth!
follows me.
I'm gonna try and yell as he's running away.
Okay, yeah. As I guess I'll burn that that other action. Instead of 90, I'll go 60. Here, oh my god, how do I cancel this again?
Alright, explain. I know
Or-
you get
or
to
Davos.
use.
Quiet.
Sorry, go ahead, Gillen.
But it's so rainy, I don't think they're gonna hear shit. But yeah, I'll do 60, and I will move more towards this tree grouping, and I will also try to enter a sneaky positioning, like slash, just stay a little lower, but also move quickly. And I think the rain is obscuring most of sight and sound anyway, so...
Okay, so would you say that you're prioritizing stealth, or no?
Well, like, yes, because I didn't take my dash to go 90, so yes, I'm still moving quickly for 60, but yeah, I'm gonna try and actually get up there without them seeing and see what's going on a little bit better.
Cool beans.
Would you like me to roll for it, or?
Just hold on. Just let that marinate. The new DM's going to be slow for a while.
Yep,
No
yep,
worries.
yep. It's all good. The old DM's still downloading.
God, you put us so much further on this map away, but I guess that kind of was the distancing. This looks good, though, this map. You actually, like... So what is this, a new map, or is this Kaer Morhen just, like, way more
This
intense?
is the top
It's just
8
this area
squares
zoomed
of
in.
Kaer Morhen.
Yeah, Sean's
That's
got it.
pretty sick. So are we actually moving at, like, this square amount, or... Because I feel like 60 feet off that path is so tiny. Like, what the fuck is that?
Well, I don't see any
That's part of
squares
the
on
theater
it.
of the mind.
Okay. Well, I would just say we could go double at least and just get a little closer within one turn, but I guess not.
Sol mio, oh Sara mia.
All right, then, Davos, go ahead and
Awesome.
roll your stealth check.
Alright, let's do it, guys. 26.
Fucking great. All right, so explain quickly to the noob DM how your movement works. I know you can take dash as a bonus action, but how is your... I know you're not moving 90 feet, but when you do move 90 feet, what ability are you using to get there?
So wait, can I go with dash as well as use stealth, or is stealth like an action?
It's generally an action, but you, as the rogue, probably can hide as a bonus action. Probably. I don't know for sure, but usually...
Okay, so I use both my normal actions, and I can use... Yeah, I can do hide as a bonus. So yeah. So I used both my normal actions to do double movement, and then I used kind of the hide as the bonus. Okay. So yeah, how I would move normally is, like, I start off in, like, obviously, like, a quick-ass sprint, and then I slowly get a little bit lower as I go, and with, like, the slippery terrain, I just, like, watch my footing and, like, if I need to, even with this weather, go into, like, a little bit of a foot slide as I lower myself.
Nice.
And if I
What-
need to get really low, then I could drop and do, like, the slide on, like, the ass cheek, you know what I mean? And then stop, and then
Got
stand
it.
back up to crouch.
Use the wet grass to your advantage. What's your ability called that lets you do that as a bonus action?
What
Hide
is it
or
again? Cunning action.
cunning action. So you can take the hide action as a bonus action.
Yeah, hide,
Got it.
dash, or disengage as a bonus.
Cunning linguist.
I'll start committing this stuff to memory as it comes up more.
Cunning linguist.
And then also, Kote, the other two that I have 2 of them that are dodge actions. So I have evasion and I have uncanny dodge. So those
Right.
work differently. The evasion's the full damage, none taken, and then the uncanny dodge is half damage taken from area effect. Dex checks, like dex saves.
Excellent. All right, so Davos crouched low in the grass, almost like a big jungle cat, waits for the moment where he believes that the orcs are looking the other way, and then swiftly takes off like a runner who's got his feet on one of those things, you know, on a track where they plant your feet, and he sprints across the grass, and right when he's halfway to the tree line, he goes into this wicked baseball slide, and you can see the grass stains on the ass of his leather armor as he gets up and slinks the rest of the way to the bushes, which will happen next turn.
Can
Nice.
you unlock Edmund, please?
Oh, characters.
Oh yeah, and
Edmunds.
also
He's unlocked. He's good. I just took
Okay.
time.
I asked last time, Kote, if I could, like, identify who was the leader and shit. Do you want me to roll perception for that? Because I can
Oh.
see 300 feet.
You can't tell who's the leader.
Okay, so I'll do that later then. Okay, perfect.
Yep. You can see, you just don't know. You notice though that there is one that seems to be talking to Scrog while the rest of them are looking on.
Okay. Sounds G.
Alright, how do I move to the next person? Next actor. It's Zen. Zen is not in the combat because he is sitting in the inn being fawned over by the locals.
Can I
Literally fawned
open
over
Zen's page and do
since he's a
fucking
fawn.
performance checks for him?
No.
Okay,
It's not a bad
just
idea,
too
but
much
it'll
time.
bog it down. We're going to
Yeah.
reduce it all to 1 die roll.
Yeah.
Next is the
Alright.
orc leader.
Did you actually get an 8 for initiative, Edmund?
Yeah, he got
Probably.
Oh my
Can you
God.
push me the map? Giddy up.
Giddy up, giddy up, let's go.
Ooh, it's all wet and wild.
So the orc leader doesn't have to roll a check to hang on to Scrog, right? He only has to roll an opposing check when Scrog attempts to break free.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
There's a gun on the table.
Is there?
There is
The
a
things
gun.
that are... Is that a gun?
Oh yeah,
Oh
that is a
it's
gun.
big old
that is a
revolver
monster
thing.
ass revolver.
Okay, that gun is indeed on the table.
It is a
Oh.
fucking Smith & Wesson fucking Super Magnum 18-inch. Let's go, baby.
So as the orc continues to hold his arm around Scrog's neck, he drops his battle axe to the ground. He takes his other arm and he raises it and uses it to intensify the hold on Scrog's neck, while also trying to hold Scrog's weapon steady. And he goes, "I'm sick of you ruffians coming in here causing trouble. You think you can just blend in, and then when we have our backs are turned, you cause a ton of shit, and we turned around and there's broken houses. I don't know who you are or what you think you're doing here. I honestly thought you were someone else when we first saw you, but never mind that. I'll give you 2 choices. We can put you in a cage and leave you there until you die, or you can walk away right now."
Well, I'm gonna walk away, and I'm gonna go down to the bar that I own called Horizors and Moors on Main Street.
He relaxes his grip a little bit. Scrog, I'm going to allow you to attempt to escape as a reaction, or do whatever you want, because you notice he loosens his grip a little bit, because you spoke to him in a calm manner and referenced something in the town, and you have a choice as to whether you're going to fight back or try to de-escalate.
Well, I'm gonna de-escalate the situation. I'm definitely outnumbered, and I cannot see any of my teammates coming at me.
What you
Alright.
doing?
So the orc captain goes, Horzors and Moors, eh? You say you're the owner?
Aye.
He just squints at you. And he goes, "What are you playing at?"
Drow and Wilson works for me. Locke was in charge of this town when I left.
When you say Locke, his eyes light up. And he goes, "There is a Locke? She never mentioned you."
Scrappy little elf bitch. Mean as hell.
He continues to contemplate you. In the background, you see the person on the top, in the black helmet. He has a rapier, and he's kind of twirling it around like he's eager to use it. And then the orc guard down at the bottom, you notice he's kind of snorting like a bull about to charge, and there's some steam coming out of his nostrils, and they both look like they want to fuck you up very badly, but like they're waiting for a signal from the orc leader. So the orc leader is going to continue to regard you. And he is not
Does anybody
going to
else's
move
game, like,
or attack
lagging
you.
every once in a while?
It might be the effects of the rain. Mine's not really doing that, but
No.
Alright, Scrog, it's actually your turn now. So you can converse with this guy or leave or whatever you want.
Has he released me?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to, like, stand up, gather myself. Bit ado, and I'm going to walk towards this table.
So you walk up to the table. On it, you see the gun, and you see the empty plate in the chair. As you walk up to the table, you hear the orc guard start to follow you, and he goes, "What do you think you're doing?"
I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out 2 of my rations.
I want to
Did he
metagame
die?
so bad right now, but I'm
Did
not.
we lose you?
Yeah, my game's lagging something fierce, and I don't know why.
Well, let me try turning off the rain and seeing if that helps.
Wow,
good?
that just broke my brain.
Yeah, that was really weird for it to go all like still after that. Oh my god.
Felt like I had a stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how about this?
It looks
The rain
good.
lets up a little bit.
Yeah, it might be the sound more than anything too. I don't know. Whatever. We'll just play chill for a bit here. Nothing moving around. Scrog, you have really good intimidation, but do you have good persuasion?
Alright, so, no, I'm not even trying to persuade.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just asking.
So what do you do, Scrog, when he goes, "What are you doing?" and he starts to come after you?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's what I'm doing, is I'm reaching in my bag, and I'm pulling out 2 of the rations that I have, and placing them on the table.
I'm going to give the orc a couple of reaction things here, because he didn't use his movement, and you guys are not fighting. He goes over to the table as you do that. He picks up the gun. He puts it in a holster on his side, and he looks at you again, and he goes, "Again, what are you playing at? I told you to leave. You seem to know Locke. You claim to be the owner of this bar. Are you a crazy person? Because we have lots of those around here, and I know what to do with crazy people."
Just going to go about my day as if nothing is going on.
So what are you standing there with food?
Yeah, I just sat it on the table and left. Like, I'm leaving after I sit it on the table.
All right, you can use your movement. It's your turn.
Sorry, I was going through my... Alright, so what was that, 25? So I can only move to, like, right there either way.
All right, as he sees you start to walk away, he calls out to you. He goes, "Hey, one more thing." But he waits for you to turn around.
I was gonna look over my shoulder.
He goes, "You're not with them, are you?"
I was stop and turn. Who's them?
You see him sizing you up. He furrows his brow, and then without breaking eye contact, he slowly raises his hand and points behind you to the bar that Zen is sitting at.
No, that's new to me. I don't know who those people are. When I left, that was a building, not a bar.
A building.
You see kind of like a tuft of water vapor blow out of his nostrils as he goes like... And he goes, "Enjoy your time in Kaer Morhen, sir. Roll an insight. Roll it onto the tower, please."
Yeah.
Motherfucker, that hides them?
Yeah. My thing's blocking the die roll. 8.
The tower? Where's the tower? Oh, over in the corner. I didn't see that.
Yeah, thing is, you're
Oh,
not supposed to
rearranging
say
my
what he rolled
desktop
out
now.
loud, which I just did.
What did I roll?
Oh god, I'm such an
8?
idiot. Yeah, I was like, 8.
Yeah.
Although to be fair,
Whatever.
he does have a +6 though, so to be fair, he doesn't know if that's what's on the die or what was the total result.
Right.
Anyway, you notice nothing remarkable about what he says to you, and the way he says "enjoy your time in Kaer Morhen" seems completely ordinary.
Well, I'm going to give him a bow and go about my way.
All right, we can exit initiative, unless someone else plans to rush and attack the camp.
I'm gonna fucking precast fireball.
No, I'm gonna
No.
not do anything.
I'm fucking at the road eating my fucking fish and chips, drinking a good spot of ale,
Yeah,
having a
I
fucking
think we
time.
need to check out Kaer Morhen. We need to know what's going on.
It's like watching
I
an
really gotta
ostrich
not
eating food at a
spend,
people hand.
I really gotta not spend 90 minutes making a map, adding concealment and all that shit if I don't want you guys to fight the dudes.
Okay, well then.
Because I don't want you to fight them.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Oh, okay.
but yet I made the map. Here, look.
Wonderful. Well,
Hang on.
hopefully that will come back in a different encounter.
Did you say 90 minutes?
Yeah, because I suck at making maps.
It's
When I get
still
better
really,
at this, I
really
can
good,
make it in
though.
10.
You know,
I mean, it could definitely be reused. It's in
Yeah,
Kaer Morhen.
100%.
Next time I make it, it's going to take me 10 minutes. I'm going to tailor make it. If we ever have a fight up here, I'll come back. And now you guys know for Theater of the Mind what the entrance that you took to the town looks like.
Yeah, that's actually sick, dude. How it's way more detailed.
I knew this map maker would pay dividends if I just learned how to use it.
Dude,
Learning
if
how to
you
use it
end
was
up
the hard
making
part.
all of Kaer Morhen like way more detailed, it's gonna be so epic.
And then give all the pictures to me, and I'll make a copy of it where it's all in one map.
Oh boy, that'd be wild.
Oh, no.
So, I gotta delete all your tokens. And I'm gonna drop them back on the Kaer Morhen map. And I'm gonna delete these guys from the combat tracker. Yeah, they would have pushed your shit in, so well done.
Would they?
Oh, yeah. I think.
Okay.
You would have all had to gang up on them. Or,
I was-
like, if
I
they
was
all
about
ganged up
to-
on Scrog, he would have been done. But they
I was
were,
about
to be...
fucking. Sorry.
Sorry, no, you know what? I shouldn't give it away. Never mind.
Well, I was about to like metagame that because I was just like thinking about Scrog's position. I would have been like, because he doesn't know if they're part of his orc group or if his orc group recruited more or some shit. But I would have thought Scrog would have invited them to Horzors and Moors for drinks later or
I
something.
asked
but,
them questions and they didn't want to answer, and that's why they didn't get an invitation.
Well, yeah, and we don't even know what Horzors and Moors is like right now, so it's probably best we just go check everything out.
But we got some key information out of it, at least.
Yeah.
About what?
Even with Scrog's...
'Cause
bad
I
systems
listen.
and Stuff, he knows that they seem cagey as fuck.
And what's the
Yeah.
deal with them being like those people? Like, what's the thing with the guards and the tavern resident guy?
Yeah, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
There was no, like, information, but there was definitely hints on...
There was
what to
innuendos
look
for
into.
sure.
Yeah.
Alright, there's your Kaer Morhen map.
Okay, I'll make this one big and zoom in a bit. There we
Well,
go.
I'll say like I was still over here when it all happened.
Alright, where's Davos at in comparison to me?
I'm just on the road there. I guess I would have been closer to where Lunaris is and stuff, but whatever. I
You
say we
guys
just
can
like since we're not
request
moving with
movement, yeah.
are we still moving Kote with like distance and everything? Like or are we just gonna like kind of play role play wise where we're all go places together to see what's going on and
You're gonna roleplay, but I'd like you to move your tokens.
Okay.
The way you would in a combat until we finish revealing.
Okay,
Kaer
well
Morhen.
let's just keep going down it then. Go to Lunaris and Edmund. Might as well.
So does Scrog reapproach the group then?
Rain's letting
Yeah,
up here.
I've approached Davos personally.
Okay.
I'll let that play out before I do anything then.
Yeah, so I'll say,
Alright.
what happened over there? I was ready to come in and have your back.
Nah, we just had to have a talk, because you know us orcs, we have to talk in certain ways.
Are they part
And-
of that? Are they part of your war party?
I don't know. They wouldn't answer any questions. He was quite dickish.
I'm starting to get the vibe that Edmund might be right. Things seem very different here. We best take in the scene and be observant.
I say we play it cool.
Yeah.
I say we play it cool. It appears as though Zen is preoccupied in hack meets there. Perhaps we should move on and meet up with him later.
Well, it's going to be a bit until the food and drink is ready. The cook's still cooking. Why don't we look for a place to rest our heads?
I'm going to my own bar to eat. I'm not eating anybody else's food.
Yeah, Leonaris, let's go check out the bar. Scrog owns this place, and my establishment is just up the road. Let's go down to the south.
Oof. Hopefully it's not
Definitely
skeevy.
go for a drink. I'm gonna roll up my turtleneck a little more.
Those of you that look back into hack meets notice that the situation is built into something of a frenzy, and everybody's cheering, and for he's a jolly good fellowing Zen, and hack meets back there whipping a fucking rib bone over his head, and he's playing the pots and pans that are hanging from the ceiling like a xylophone with the rib bone, and they're singing a sea shanty, a lively sea shanty, as the freshly seasoned rack of ribs grills up on the hearth.
Edmund definitely gives a longing stare, but is resigned to make sure Scrog doesn't get in any more trouble.
Yeah, Davos looks over and just inside himself is thinking, they seem to be in way too good of a mood for what the fuck's going on here. Like, something is up. So now I'm just getting a really weird vibe of what's going on here. Like, I'm really listening to Edmund here and thinking, yeah, this has to be done a lot more intelligently.
I'm gonna just keep my eye out as I'm walking down the road and just take awe at this new place that I've discovered, giddily skipping along, dragging my toenails in the dirt.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'll move with
Hey,
Lunaris
Scrock,
as
you're
well
going
here.
for a ride, buddy.
I see this.
I tried to move that. No, wouldn't work, so I just made him.
Wait, should we check out this first building here, though?
So Scrog takes off. I'm sorry, that was really funny.
Scrog.
Scrog takes off running down the
It's
street.
that NPC that you're supposed to be following to get stuck on a rock. He's like, oh, I made it. Nope, I gotta run back
Oh
80
my
feet to get
God.
back onto the trail. It's supposed to be on.
Okay, so should we just speed it up and just kind of like head
Well-
with Scrog, and then you can let us know if anything.
As
No,
as we're
I
walking
can't
by,
do that.
yeah, like the others, I wanna kind of take in what's around me. Like, what is
Yep.
this?
Yeah, what is this? Why is it called Draft Castle now? Because this used to be the
Well, let's do it the right way. So as I'm walking up to this, what do I see? Like, what does this building look like?
So as you're walking by the building to the top of you,
What's
you
this?
can see the facade of the building to the north is missing, but the other three walls are intact, and it appears to have been used to store various sacks of goods of some kind.
Does it seem to be, like, in regards to the same building as it was before, just damaged, or does it seem rebuilt with shady material?
It seems like one of the walls was blown away, and then nature kind of got in and wrecked it. And now, rather than being used as a home, it's just being used in its current state as basically a roof to cover what look like dry goods, but you're not sure.
Okay.
There's a couple of wheelbarrows in there, and they're full of soot. They're kind of like full of like charcoal-looking shit. And then there's some sacks tied with string.
So that was the place we last interacted with Locke and everything when we left. And like the post office and kind of mayor town kind of building, I guess. Town building, I guess.
Yeah, the post office was at the
It's
top
building
left.
that's yeah, it's the building that's unmarked.
Yeah.
So the
So
building below you, you notice it looks relatively unscathed from last time, but there's an extra floor that's been somewhat shoddily built on the top of it, and the architecture style doesn't match the rest of the building. And the third, there used to be two floors, now there's the third one. The third floor almost looks like the wall is made out of like sharpened spikes that you would make a perimeter wall out of. Looks really
Okay.
weird. And
Well,
hanging from a sign in the front, you see the sign. It looks like it's been cobbled together from like old rusted metal, but it's arranged very artistically. And what it is a bunch of tankards, and on the tankards there's like flowers coming out of the tankards, almost like they're being used for vases, and they're being tipped over and spilled out into what looks like a metal rendition of waves to be an ocean. And there's sort of like a ship's steering wheel, I guess. Kind of that's what the sign is shaped like.
Okay.
Around like around the outside of the sign is like a ship's steering wheel, and on the inside is that sculpted in metal. And then
Do-
you can see the name of the establishment on it, Imogen's Draft Castle.
Do I notice any similarities between the insignias on the board as in anything that we've encountered previously in the other areas we've been to? Like, do I know of any correlation? Like, do I see any similarities to anything from the gnome area?
Roll insight on the tower. You notice nothing remarkable, but just the simple fact that it's made of precisely crafted metal reminds you of Fisker and the gnomes, but you don't notice anything concrete that you can draw as a similarity.
Understood.
I'm gonna take this chance to yell down the road to Scrog and be like, "Don't be too hasty. Let's check out this building. We need to know what's going on here." And I'm gonna like usher him back and turn to Edmund and say, "Should we go take a look inside?"
So we keep going.
I say I'm going to ignore him. Of course, I'm going to like put my hand up as you know. I mean, like. Off
And
the side
Edmund
keep
says,
looking.
and Edmund said, "I think we should keep going."
Let's
Okay,
be careful not to stick our noses too far up
I've got
the
a
ass of
I've got a
whatever's going
spirit
on
looking
here.
at him.
Okay. I laugh a little bit, turn to Lunaris and say, let's follow Scrog. He seems to have a destination in mind, and that's when I'll take my move again.
Okay. As you turn around, Davos, you notice that on the front door of the establishment is a miniature version of the ship's steering wheel. And
Okay.
then underneath that is a picture of a galleon, and where the name of the galleon would normally be on the hull, instead it says 27 ales on tap.
Oh, so it's a bar, eh?
I thought Draft
Okay.
Castle was a pretty good pun, but I guess it was wasted on this
Uh,
crowd.
Oh, no, I just
I-
thought how
I
artistic
understood.
you described
I
the
thought you
sign.
meant that's
It's
where
like a
people-
drafting
I
building.
understand.
Yeah, drafting people into war is what I thought.
Oh, I thought
I
it was
did
a
not know.
drafting
I knew it was a
building
bar.
I thought it was for like architecture and building, like building ships and building like houses and shit, like all these
Ben, you
things.
made me
Yeah,
too
you know what?
highbrow for this campaign.
No, you know what? You're absolutely right. It has multiple meanings, and I was being a narrow-minded idiot because the way I envisioned it was at the back house of a ship is called the Aft Castle, and this is a ship-themed bar called the Draft Castle, and I was quite proud of that. But you know what? It does mean a lot of different
That's
shit.
still pretty sick, but at the
Maybe
same time, fuck that, 'cause Scrog's bar's better.
It's so fucking funny, man. Somebody thought it was architecture, and somebody thought it was
three
fucking.
different things.
That's awesome.
Drafting people into an army.
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
or like a
that's
private. It's a
fantastic.
private dick. That's what it is.
I'm just trying to figure out why in the fuck we have 3 bars in my town all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Right there, I kind of just pushed it off, like fuck me, like fuck that, like Horrors and Moors is better. Let's
It's
go
just
look
called
at it.
Draft Castle because it's really windy in there.
Dude, if Horrors and Moors isn't a bar now, I'm gonna be pissed off. Like, we're gonna take it back, make it our own again.
Well, I'm poor. Coming back
Draft
here.
Castle sounds like a really snooty microbrewery bar.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
I think
Wait,
it's.
okay.
I think it sounds like a D&D, like fantasy football type app.
Oh my!
Good God.
Like yeah, DraftKings.
Was it
So we got
Horrors
Draft
and
Castle.
Moors that was on the docks?
Yeah,
to the-
Horrors and Moors is exactly where it's supposed to be. The
Is it?
second, there's
Okay.
the
Yep.
I
building
always-
across
You know,
from it.
Oh, that was
Maybe
just
it could be a
strictly across from the
NASCAR
dock.
themed bar also.
Ooh, draft cars.
Yeah. Yeah. See how many more English is stupid. All right, let's keep playing.
It turns 40k Warhammer, and there's all the orcs building their red fucking cars and NASCAR and shit. And they're like, "Rrrr," just zooming around town. All right.
Right.
So where are you going, Scrog? You fucking leading us, this bitch?
I want to examine the outside of my building.
Yeah, and I'll go take a look in the window. That's what I'll do. I'm peeking in like a little fucking creeper, because that's usually what I do.
So you notice that the windows are boarded up with plywood, but they don't look like they're in disrepair. They just look like they were broken, and now they're not.
Okay. Well, I'll go around the front with Scrog and check it out from the front with him and everybody else.
So Scrog, at the front, you notice that there's very little difference in the appearance of it compared to before. It's a little bit dirtier. Some pieces look like they've been broken and replaced. Like there used to be a concrete stone that you would step on before you would walk in through the front door, and it's all crumbled, and there's like a wooden step built around it. And there's a couple of areas where there's some like stucco or whatever the shit would be on the outside of these houses that's been kind of blown away, almost like there
Is it in
was
disrepair?
almost. It's not. Yeah. It looks like it's being tended to, but something happened to it.
Copy. I mean, that's expected. It's Scrog's bar. Alright, man. I say if you've got it, I'm ready to go into it.
Yep. Oh fuck. 1 second.
I'm going for a different walk.
All right. Does everybody want the opportunity to catch up with Scrog before he walks in?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, we should all just catch up and be there.
Might as well.
Okay.
Well, I want to go inside the door and wait on them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, either way.
I don't have to be like, I mean, like we like I see them coming, but it's raining, so I'm going to step inside.
So you have your old key,
Okay.
The bar's open.
That's fair.
is it?
So as you go to step inside Scrog, two happy and aloof-seeming humans stumble out the door as you go in, and they accidentally knock you at the door. And they stop and they look at you and they kind of go like, "Holy fuck!" And their eyes travel up like fucking Friendly Giant style, and then they're just like, "Oh shit!" They're like, "Oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, so sorry. So apologies, sir. Please don't tell. Please. And then they just run off.
Who?
They just run off. They're clearly absolutely piss fucking loaded. They stumbled out the door on a bender. You can smell that they smell like cheap ale. And they just completely got completely shocked when they saw you and ran off.
Copy.
But you can tell that they are bar patrons, and so you feel pretty good about that.
Nice. I'm right. That's money. Like they're drunk. They're pissed drunk. That's at least $20 a piece.
So in you go. I'm not gonna bother doing any kind of line of sight.
I think if you keep the maps open, Cote, you might not, like, you'd still have to put the tokens on every map, but you wouldn't have to keep moving them from map to map.
Oh yeah, you can spawn them on each map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want next time I push the Karamoran map, I might not want you guys to see the area that you have revealed right now, so I just
Gotcha.
need to delete your shit.
Okay.
So I just pushed the Horzors and Moors map to everybody. Does everybody get it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so Scrog walks in and sees that it's exactly the same as it was.
Very nice.
Is the door intended to be on the left or on the right? I can't tell. I guess
That
that's
is
a
the
Sean
back door
question.
that goes out to the Whore's alley.
And the
Yeah.
right here
We killed
is
a
the other
vampire
door.
back there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
is this intended to be like
Yeah, that's the
flipped
door.
from, like it's a mirror image from what it is on the overmap? Because on the overmap, the door is on the right.
Well, the door would be. Oh yeah, I guess it is, but yeah, it's flipped.
We can just allow that to be true. It's not a big deal. We just
Yeah,
want to make
yeah.
sure we agree
Yeah,
on
the
where the
front
door
is the
Yeah,
left.
like you come in by the fireplace.
So this is the door here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. just gonna leave that there. Cool. So Scrog, you walk in. It's the exact same as it was. I left the tokens from there from before because we're just gonna theater of the mind it. But you see a lot of people sitting at tables drinking. There's a couple of orcs like yourself. There's a couple of half orcs. There's a couple of humans, and there is just the odd race or two that you don't take note of. But it's garden variety. There's about 8 people in there in total. And as you start to sweep the room and look for interesting things, you cast your eyes on the bar, and you see Locke standing behind the bar. Whose token I didn't put there. But she's the R.
I'm going to, you know, just kind of like
R for walk.
That's
raise
right.
my hand. You know what I mean? To like kind of get attention.
She's super busy waiting on patrons and polishing glasses. All of this shit that's about to happen with Locke might be completely wrong because I have no fucking memory of her at all, so either correct me or accept that it's wrong.
Well,
Alright.
he's, I'm sure, changed too during our
How
adventures.
far behind me?
I'm just saying I don't mind being corrected because I know I'm going to get some shit.
I just
You
need to
remember
know how far
Davos
behind me
was
they are.
phoning her?
That I
Right,
remember.
That's what I'm trying to wait for. Like, I'm not going to that bar to figure out the answers. Davos is going to the bar to figure out these answers.
Get my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Oh my god.
So that's great. As you sit in the corner, the rest of the gang catches up, and I'm going to assume that Davos walks in, so I'll put his token in here. Anybody else walking into Horzors and
Yep.
Moors?
Yep.
Everybody.
100%.
Cool beans. Let's put everybody in there except Zen because he's a fucking loser.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm
so,
just gonna try and I want to sit down and really take a feel for what. I really want to watch everything and try and get a feel, listen in, see if I can figure out what people are talking about.
who got here
Excellent
last?
idea.
Let's say me.
For the party to
Yeah.
decide.
He's never been in here, so that's good. So I'll usher Lunaris over, just so he knows where we are. You know, the way where we're at this table.
I'll sit down. First I'll go over and try to like warm myself by the fireplace. Kind of give my wings a shake to get the excess water. Not enough to splash anybody in the area, but just enough to be in like the central location just to warm up. Gaze around the bar and see if I can see anywhere that would like let me like get cleaned up. Is there like a restroom facility or anything here, guys?
Well, I'm going to leave that up to you because you guys designed this place, and it's the same as it was.
It's across the street in the other facility that was part of the Horzors and Moors. That's where the
Yeah.
bathhouse.
Yeah, after you're whoring, you go out the back
Yeah,
door.
the bathhouse and the
Uh,
sleeping quarters for the ladies. This is just the business area. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna.
Basically, my armor's making me cold as fuck, and I want to get dried off.
So when I walk in.
Oh,
I
you just
see-
want somewhere to get warmer and fucking like dry off? You can put
Yeah,
that-
set my armor up to dry or something.
The kitchen would probably be a good place to set that up. You could put it up beside the hearth.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah. Just
I'm
the
hip.
owner's just like go have a gander in the kitchen, do what you want.
All right, there's two
The owner's
security
home,
guards.
baby.
Two security guards just looking at. Hey Davos,
Yeah.
I just want to put this out there. I won the race.
Who gives a shit who won the race with magical teleport McGee? Fuck, that could have won it at
I
any
won the
time.
race. I was the first one to Horzors and Moors.
Oh fuck! And then I'm gonna realize he's right because he walked in the door first. I was fucking way too distracted, and then I'm gonna be like, well, at least we can have a nice special drink before we see what Horzors and Moors is selling for now. And I am going to pull open my bag and put the Elder Monk Wine 8 ounce on the table, the small Elder Monk Wine bottle. And there's 4 of us, so we each get 2 ounces. It's perfect. And then I'm gonna say I'll go to the bar for some cups. And then as I stand up and turn around, I see Locke, and then I sit back down and go, "Oh shit, it's Locke."
As soon as you
Whatever's the
turn back
problem,
around, you hear a really an unenthusiastic voice come from behind you that goes, "I see you, Davos."
I'm gonna turn my head and just look out of the corner of my eye, and then I'll stand up and not make too much eye contact, and then I'll give my hair a push back and everything, get myself sorted out, and take a walk over and be like, "Oh, hey there, Locke. Things are not as they once were, but seems like you've done all right here. How are things? What's going on in the town?"
She's leaning back. 1 second. Oot.
I'll be right back.
She's leaning back on one stool against the wall behind the bar where the bottles and taps are, and her other foot is crossed over that one, and she's kind of rocking back and forth, and she's got one arm leaning on the wall, and she's just looking at you like, really, and like she's chewing some kind of gum, and she just really looks unimpressed, and she's like, "Oh, I see. I see you've managed to skip down right before everything went to shit, and then come back right after."
I'm gonna say we didn't have much of a choice. We could have stayed and defended Karamoran, but we had pressing issues to go to Tectuine. We needed to find out what was going on with these sigils and these dark items from these eldritch cults, and I'm gonna say there's lots to say, lots to talk about, and we can have that chat later. But you've done really well, and I'm really happy that you're safe and things are going okay in the town. And I will open up my bag and say, "I have something for you. I've replaced them since then, and I'm gonna hand her a silver dagger, my last one."
So as you're talking, let's if you take the dagger out early enough for her to be able to interrupt you, she'll interrupt you as you're doing that. She throws a rag on the ground. She slams the half-cleaned glass beer mug down on the bar. She runs right up to you at top speed, goes over the top of the bar, and she grabs you by the scruff of the neck, and she's just like, "Don't you think you might have said something to me if you knew that the town was going to be taken apart stick by stick while I was living in it? You just left? Oh, she'll be fine! She fucks like a minx! Nothing will happen to her!" And she just throws you forward back onto the picnic table. And then her gaze turns to Edmund and Scrog and Lunaris, and she looks around under a furrowed brow from person to person to person, and she goes, "And who's this menagerie you've brought back with you? Oh, never mind, they've probably just brought more trouble too. Not that there's anything left to destroy. Do you recognize anyone? How long have you been back?"
I'm gonna say we just arrived. I'm gonna brush myself off, stand up, and be like, I'm gonna give her the fucking smolder face before saying anything again. And I'm gonna be like, "It's really nice to see you, though." And I'm gonna rush forward and put one hand grabbing her wrist on one side that I know her weapon, her main hand would be. And I'm gonna pull her wrist down and put the other hand on her neck and pin her against the wall and just be like nose to nose with her close.
She's gonna pick up that dagger and she's gonna put it up against her body so that if you get close enough, you'll stab yourself with it. And she's gonna be like, "If it weren't for the sturdy cellar door in the basement of this shithole, you'd be seeing me in a box instead of behind a bar. So you're welcome. Now get away from me."
I'll say I'd never see you in a box. I know how proficient you are. And I'm gonna say I'll leave you for now, but I'm back, and whenever you're ready to talk, I'm here. I know our party has done some wrong, but all in all, we're trying to do the right thing. I'm
You're
happy
such
you're
the guy
safe.
that went. Sorry.
I've
such a guy that
changed a
went
little
over
bit.
back.
I've been like, a
Oh.
lot of shit's happened.
you're like, yeah, babe, I'll be right back. Gone for 6 months, and you just roll back into the house.
Just went to the gas station for scratchers, said I'll be
Yeah.
back in a minute.
Still back from getting the milk, though, and then I'm going to reach over the counter, grab 4 glasses, and come sit down.
Lunaris is going to raise his hand up. I have one question for you, miss, before we lose your attention.
Before any of this happens,
immediately and be like, "Ah,
before any of this happens, before you walk over to the bar, you see Locke wind up her hand to open hand slap you across the face.
oh,
And
I'm going
then
to
there's-
fucking lean into it.
There's a hesitation, and she just looks at you, and then it looks like she's about to cry, but then she doesn't, and then she just puts her hand down. She takes the dagger, she sticks it into the picnic table that you guys are sitting at right next to you, and then she just shakes her hand off like she's just touched liquid shit, and she just walks back over to the bar. And Lunaris, she doesn't even look at you.
As Davos walks back, I want to be like tooting the loot. And I say, it went well.
I'll be like, not quite, and I'm going to grab the dagger sticking out of the table, flip it up and around, and stick it back in a side piece on my hip.
You just picture Edmund twirling his mustache while he says that.
And
Yeah.
I will immediately fucking pour us all of the drink from this bottle and set it down on the table and be like, to an adventure well served from Tectuine and Fisker, the monk, what the fuck's it called again?
Just hold up for a second, Ben. Halfway through your speech, I need you to roll a dexterity save.
All right, let's do it. Oh, it's bad.
Okay, so right when you're about to go into the most emotional part of your toast, you're hit on the back by you're hit on the back of the head by what feels like a small wooden cup, and then a shower of particles falls over the table and covers everyone in debris, and you hear from behind you, "Don't forget your snacks!" And you look down and you notice it's like a cup of filberts that Locke has thrown at the back of your head.
Oh, beautiful hazelnuts.
You may continue with your speech.
I'm just gonna look at everyone and be like, "Oh my god," and then yeah, I'll pour the drink out, eat one of the nuts in shame, and then before toasting everyone, I'm just gonna down it.
I'm gonna eat one of the nuts in shame.
I will. I'm just gonna fucking chew one up, be like, "Oh god," and then just drink the fucking elder monk wine and trying to fucking repress these feelings and these fucking regrets of my life, and yeah, and be like, and then I introspectively go in right away after eating one of these nuts and drinking this wine where I'm like, I fucking died. I've died. I've almost died again. I don't know where people. I don't know what the fuck's going on. People like she hates me, and then I'm just like I'm not loved. And then I turn to Scrog, and then I ask, "Am I loved?"
I love you, little buddy.
To love. I'll raise
And
up
then-
the glass.
Yeah, and then that gives a little bit of a glint in my eye that at least I have my party, and I'm kind of distraught, but I'm happy they're here and that we can drink a little bit and take some semblance of peace here back at Horse.
Lunaris looks into his jacket pocket at Umbreon, peeking out, watching the situation. Yes, they're all teenagers, I agree.
I really wish you had dodged that nut cup because it was going to hit Scrog if you did.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
It's the
Nut
DC
cup.
for you to dodge it and not miss a beat in your speech was 18, and then the DC for Scrog to dodge it would have been 16 because he saw you first.
No,
Dodge
you know
it.
what's funny about that, Gote? Just a little side piece. In druid horoscope kind of deal, like, you know, like tree fucking spirits and stuff, like plant spirits. I'm a hazelnut tree.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you know what's funny about hazelnuts, like to the druids and their spirituality, is that hazelnuts cause deep visions and introspective thoughts. So it's like perfect.
Oh, that's excellent way to bring it all together.
And I eat one of the little nuts and fucking shame.
Right on. Okay. Right on. So
Edmund's
Davos is
playing-
there becoming a
playing with
born-again
the-
Christian.
Edmund's playing with the idea of asking Davos if he's signal now.
Cool, cool. All right.
And then
Decides
yeah,
decides against it.
fucking I always am. And then just like a tear sheds.
You notice now that it's getting later in the afternoon, the bar is starting to get a little busier.
You're echoing now.
Kind of cool with the
Oh, my ear was right next to the fucking mic. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're like doubled up right now. It's all good.
Oh, I also unmuted the wrong account.
That would do it.
So Edmund does want to.
There we go.
Take it. See if he can pick up on conversations and stuff about, learn information here in the bar.
Cool.
I'm going to take a moment to get out of my armor. I'm going to take 10 minutes and get her all packed up and get into my civvies. Lunaris is on vacay. It's time to party.
Immediately, Davos just looking over at it like, oh, he's ready for some whores.
Oh, this is Lunaris' day off, Davos, just so you know.
No, I know, but now that you're getting out into your under gear, I'm like, oh shit, he gonna be lying in a bed back there without knowing.
So you can do a perception roll, Edmund. The bar is getting pretty noisy now, and you're having trouble distinguishing sounds from other sounds. You also notice that there's a semi-talented bard in the corner who started to play a lute, but he's not as good as you, and it's kind of annoying you.
Okay, I'm gonna be distracted by that, and that's why my perception roll sucked.
You notice the crowd isn't enjoying the music either.
I don't know, boys.
Edmund, give him a fucking show, man.
If I must. So, I guess Edmund will wait until the song finishes and then strike a chord on his lute. Like a nice F major.
Like you're gonna strike a chord on his lute?
No, on my lute.
Oh.
When his song ends, just to be like, I'm next, motherfucker.
You better have Song of Pern memorized by now, I swear to God.
Oh, it's gonna be, he's gotta do it freestyle. It's like a rap. He's gotta just fucking go.
Oh, we're about to have a loot battle.
So Edmund, you kind of notice that most of the bar patrons seem to be talking about their day at work. That seems like it may have just ended. And you ascertain that this is some form of late afternoon dinner rush type situation, but you don't really know any more than that. You're waiting for the song to end, but it's not ending.
Is there another drink? Look at this blowhog.
Locke hasn't come back to the table, but
That makes
Davos
sense.
has brought the wine out.
I'm going to.
Yeah, we drank it all, I think.
Go to the bar while all this is happening to try to get more liquor.
Okay. What's Scrog's relationship with Locke? I don't remember.
They've fist fought a couple of times.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Yeah, but also she was kind of into him too.
No, she wanted him dead.
Okay. So Scrog, you walk up to the bar. Locke is there. She takes a couple of seconds to notice you. You're not sure whether it's deliberate or not. You're not sure whether you should feel slighted. But she looks up and she goes, I should have known you'd be here with him. After giving you a few seconds of not a piercing stare, but sort of a puzzled stare, she says, "I'll reserve judgment," and quietly looks back at the surface of the bar.
Oh, not even a thank you for getting rid of the soothsayer. Let me get 3 bottles of wine.
3 bottles it is. Is that the red or the white?
Can never
Thank you,
remember
red
this
and white.
part. Is it the white?
She reaches under the table, pulls out 3 bottles, puts them on the bar.
I'm gonna go nod. I'm gonna go to the table.
She just wordlessly watches you walk away. Why don't you roll an insight? You don't need to roll it on the table. You can tell she's not as proud of you as she is at Davos. She's more just dismissive of you.
Good. I pay her check. She does her job. We can go about our day.
So I guess Edmund, if I got a chance here, I'm gonna. The guy keeps going. I'm gonna have my loot like out, and I'm gonna. Can I try and just interact maybe with somebody who's drinking and not eating, like maybe a group of rowdy people? Ideally, I want to start questioning them. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Somebody who might be open to. So, like, I'll grab one of the bottles of wine and kind of walk around the room.
Sure. Scrog, I'm gonna take 30 GP from you for the wine, alright?
You're gonna make me pay for wine in my own bar.
It's
Well-
fucking bar.
Oh, that's right, you own it.
That's
Why
why
did
I
it have to
thought
be
Locke just
Scrog?
gave it to him willingly, like right off
Oh
the
yeah,
bat.
like I was waiting.
Yeah, I figured it was like a, I guess, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, let's play it that way. Let's play it that way. I like this. We are gonna go over the mechanics of running this business at the end of the session. And it's gonna be a thing. I already have it
Yeah.
decided, but I haven't talked
For the
about it yet.
money making that we all
It's gonna be
lost.
extremely simple. Alright, Scrog, you walk back to the table with your free wine that you paid for when you bought it from the wine supplier.
There you go.
I'm gonna go put my
Go ahead, guys,
armor.
I'll decide on what happens to Edmund in a
I'm gonna put my armor in this back corner and fucking start having a drink myself.
So Edmund, you're looking for people that are drinking, carrying on, but not looking like they don't want to be spoken to?
Yeah, I'm looking for someone who's open.
Everyone sitting at the tables is either in groups of 2 or more, and they're either eating and in-depth conversation, or they look really skeevy, and you're not too keen on approaching. But you notice that at the bar, there is one empty stool, and it's the next to last stool at the bar, and so the one on the side of it is populated by a person who is by themselves. You can't really see them that well because they're hunched over and they're facing away from you, but you can tell that they're probably a half-orc or a really fat, tall human.
Okay, well, yeah,
They're
I'll
dressed
wander
in
up and take-
work clothes.
I'll wander up and take the seat at the bar, I guess, and pour myself a drink and kind of get their attention and kind of hold up the bottle, like offering a drink.
Is this one of Scrog's bottles?
Yeah.
Okay. So Edmund takes the wine bottle off the table. Scrog's back at the table, I guess. Scrog, any objections to Edmund walking off with one of the bottles?
Edmund helped me secure the location.
Right on. So Edmund, you go up and sit at this stool, and we'll say there's a person on your... No, we'll sit at this stool, there's a person on your right. At this point, it's exactly 12 o'clock midnight, so I'm thinking 5-minute break. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. I haven't said anything about my fucking headphones keep cutting out. Don't buy things off Amazon, kids. Just bought them a couple weeks ago.
Wah, wah.
Alright, I'll put us on a break and I'm gonna go piss.
Alright, BRB.
Don't fall in.
Expecto Patronum! Expecto
Harry Potter is dead. From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Expecto Patronum!
Harry Potter is dead. From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Expecto Patronum! Expecto
Harry Potter is dead. From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Expecto Patronum!
dead. From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Expecto Patronum! Expecto
Harry Potter is dead. From this day forth, you put your faith
Expecto Patronum! Expecto
Harry Potter is dead. From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Expecto Patronum! Expecto Patronum!
know it was due, so I don't have to do it right before work.
Nice. I was actually pretty quick for that because like we were waiting for a bit, but like we just thought maybe another 5 minutes.
had a
That
great
wasn't enough.
conversation. That
Oh,
we're
yeah,
so
it was-
glad it didn't happen on stream.
Right on.
Yeah,
Well,
oh,
stream
yeah,
is
it was
back up
awesome.
now, so keep it to yourselves.
Oh yeah.
All right, we had unsafe stream conversation there, everybody, but we love you, and things will continue.
Could you? All right. So after I pass out the drinks, I want to go over to my security guards and start like questioning them. Like, hey, like there's this new like seems to be military presence in my town. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I should have made it clear before. The only people in the bar are patrons. I should have deleted those tokens. Patrons in lock. So
Okay, well let's just let
uh,
Edmund just go on his.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Just wanted to make that clear to Scrog. So, Edmund, you sit down next to this big fuck. And do you look at him, or what do? You just put your drink down?
Oh, he shook the bottle like I'll give you a drink. Come over here.
Yeah, he said it's down.
Okay.
Those
Oh,
are
it was a
words.
dreadfully long day, and he he commented on the music. That's what he did. He goes, he's quite dreadful, isn't he? And he holds up the bottle and shakes it as if to offer a drink.
So, the humanoid figure looks at you, and you see him looking at you like he expects that he's gonna immediately look away dismissively, and at first he does. But then you see him look back.
I give a little smile and shake the bottle again.
Yeah, that's why he looks back. You see him double take when he sees the bottle, and he just goes, "Oh, are you offering?"
Drink up, my friend. Drink up. And I'll pour him a drink.
You see his expression immediately softens. You notice now that he's a half-orc, and he's wearing what looks like a miner's hat and dirty work clothes. And he goes, "Oh, speaking of the show, I know it's not the greatest, but that was quite the free show earlier, wasn't it?" And he gestures back at Locke and Davos.
Couple young lovers. I remember the time. Does he look older?
He's pretty grizzled, but he looks like he might still have young kids. He looks like he's like 45 maybe in human years.
I remember the time. Yes, young lovers. And I'll take a big swig of my glass and say, so
He looks at you. After you say the young lovers thing, he looks at you and he goes, "Ah, yes, reminds me something of my mother used to say." And then if you look at him confused, I'm assuming, and he goes, "Oh, that it's Orcish, but it's basically what you just said. It's a common saying."
Orcish. Back to more real matters, though. How was your day at work? Like, how are things in the mines?
In the mines.
I assumed with I'm gonna double take on his clothing.
You're gonna. Was that a bluff?
Well, sort of. I mean, I'm kind of pretending like I know what's going on around here. But I thought you described that his clothes had mining dust on them.
Yeah, they do. Roll a deception check.
Okay. Shazam! 11.
Okay, I'll roll his d20, which you shouldn't be able to see.
Tell you what,
Go.
I'll swap his out for a 1. Can I do that?
Of course you can
With
do that.
Portland?
Well, actually, don't you have to say before you roll it?
I'm swapping his out. And I am supposed to
Oh,
say, but I don't know
you're
what
swapping
role
his
is.
out. Yep, no problem at all. Yep, you swap his roll out for a 1. Well done. So he goes, "Oh, well, same as always. Dirty, hot. At least the money's there."
Tell me, who's running the mine these days? It's still
Who's running the mine?
Name.
What do you mean, who's running the mine?
I'll look at him quizzically. Well, the man in charge of the work
Christ,
crew.
Neil. Roll another deception, buddy.
Oh, God. I'll take a 16.
Okay.
Plus 4, 20 or 20.
Yep. Okay, so the orc goes, well, you know, they still won't tell us, but I suspect it'll come down the pipes one of these days. As long as they're paying, it makes no difference to me.
Oh, fair enough. I'll take another drink. Be like,
Just to be
where
careful,
can I
just
send
a
it?
word of warning, my young friend. I'm not sure what inclined you to trust an old half-orc sitting at the bar by himself, but I would be careful who I ask such unsolicited questions to. I mean, surely you can understand why.
Well, why is that? The last time I was in this town, it felt quite different. And I'll pour him another drink.
Excuse, are you passing through?
No. I used to live here. Well, I still do. I've just been gone, away, for some time.
Oh my.
You know, travel about, play a little music, and then I'll strum my lute.
His eyes go, they kind of point toward the ceiling and off to a diagonal, and you can see it looks like he's trying to remember something.
I must say, it does feel quite a bit different. Has he gone
Well,
non-responsive?
No,
Oh,
he's
sorry.
he's kind of staring off into space. And he goes, "Do you mean to tell me that I'm the first person you've spoken with since you've gotten back and you know nothing?"
Essentially, yeah.
He grabs the wine bottle off of the counter and he fills your glass back up to the top and then puts the wine bottle back down and he says, "Well, I suggest you finish your drink and pack your things and leave." And then he gets up from the bar and he immediately walks out the front door. And he pats you
Sounds
on the
good.
back. He gives you a fatherly pat on the shoulder on the way out.
I'll raise my glass as he's leaving, but say nothing.
He gives you sort of what looks like the finger guns, but it's not really. It's just with one hand, and it's kind of a point. And it's like, remember what I said? And he
Gotcha.
calmly walks out.
No, I'm gonna sit there and drink my drink and ponder over this while other people do their things. And eventually saunter back over to the table if nothing else happens. Yeah.
Right on. Fucking full points to Edmund for that one. We'll say that after that happens, the music gets a little better.
I sit back down and I'll
I
say,
will go.
I'll say, you know,
Edmund.
I was going to. Oh, okay. So as Strog approaches, the first thing I'm going to say is, you know, I was going to play music, but I'm getting more and more the feeling that we shouldn't really make ourselves known here until we figure out what's going on.
I'm going to motion for lock. If everybody's okay with that.
Seemed pretty quiet there, Hunky.
I'm going to motion for lock if that's okay.
Yeah, Davos is still sitting at the table, seeing what's going on over there.
You're just
As-
watching
as
Lunaris
Scrog-
stripping.
As Scrog, yeah, waves over Locke, I just kind of like, you know, I'm watching, but I'm also just like hanging out with Lunaris. He's looking comfortable and casual, and that's the only thing keeping me kind of smiling.
Oh, and just so you know, just imagine like a satin bathrobe with pockets, and it's got like this fanny pack thing on the front of it that's like etched into his clothing where Umbreon sits like a fanny pack.
Yeah, that's giving me a smile because I'm like best of friends, and
It's like
I remember
Kangaskhan from Pokemon. It's like,
Yeah, I remember the beach scene, and I'm happy that my friend who's come here the first time is at least getting to relax, and that's it.
Yeah.
So is Locke coming over to the boys?
So Scrog, you actually made a gesture at her to come over there, or did you walk up
Yeah.
to the bar?
I walked up to the bar and then gestured for her to come over to me
Yeah.
and Edmund.
He's
Okay,
sitting
okay.
beside me at the bar, yeah.
So Locke is having a conversation with somebody near the other end of the bar, and she takes 20 or 30 seconds after you see that she sees you to finish the conversation, and then she turns and comes over. But when she comes over, her hand kind of lingers near the person she was talking to, and she slides it up the bar with her as she comes toward you. And then she
Yeah.
just looks at you in that way that when someone cocks their head back, then they suddenly cock it forward, and as if they're gonna say like, "What?" But she doesn't say anything. She just head back, head forward.
Hey, so, all bullshit and past aside, what the fuck is going on here? Where did all these guards come from?
Guards. You must mean. You must mean the mercenaries on the outside of town.
Yeah. Who's paying those guys?
Nobody knows who's paying them. Who cares? They're keeping us safe.
You should care. Are you not? Like, they should be on some kind of payroll. We run this town. Where did these people
What's the
come
alternative, Scrog? You can see her getting heated now. Have you noticed that everyone is dead? Do you recognize any of these people?
from? I didn't recognize any of the people when I brought them here.
When you brought them here.
Yeah, we killed most of this town off, and then everybody that's been here has come here. We've brought into this town.
Oh, sure. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, Scrog. But except for me, and... No, just me. Everyone is either dead or gone. The town was bulldozed to the ground by fiends. You know what I'm talking about.
The soothsayer?
What's soothsayer? Does Locke know about the soothsayer?
I
No,
don't
right?
know.
I don't think she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last
she
time I
has no
seen
idea
you,
what
you
you're
were
talking about.
pregnant.
And what happens when someone is pregnant, Scrog?
Well, they have a child.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Is it dipshit's child?
I think you should mind your own
Edmund
business.
sucks air through his teeth.
Well, on other notes then, how's the bar doing business-wise?
Well, it's full, isn't it?
Ah, good. I have been robbed recently by the Queen of the Drows. If I could, I need to withdraw a sum of money that will not take away from the bars.
A sum of money! And she starts cackling like a witch.
I'm going to raise an eyebrow at her.
She waves her hand around the bar in a gesture of trying to gesture at everything, and she's like, "Oh, go, please! Take all the money! Turn over the beds, turn over the dressers, turn over turn over whatever you want."
So how are we providing any of this with no money?
We're living hand to mouth. Everyone lives hand to mouth. Look around you. You notice
Understood.
that everybody seems dirty and decrepit, and a lot of people there, once you look more closely, are just hanging out or eating stew from the pot that's on the fire.
Testing 1, 2.
Testing.
Hey,
So, are you willing to relocate your family to maybe a better location?
where am I supposed to go?
We could take you to a town that we found called Tectuine. They're very welcoming to everybody. You
I
can
don't
make
need any
quite the
help
living.
from you guys.
we got you into this situation. The least we can do is try to get you out.
Why would you do that?
Caleb, we heard you the first time.
What? Who did we hear the first time? What?
Caleb.
Kalen's in the chat no
He's
more.
gone.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, something fucking happened there.
Rock's gonna look at you again, and she's gonna say, "I've never seen such tragedy that's occurred here the last few months. And things were just starting to turn around until you lot walked back in. Honestly, I don't want your help. I don't want your pity. I don't want your questions. I wish no ill will upon you at all, but I don't want anything to do with any of you. You lot are nothing but trouble, and you can't convince me otherwise."
Wow.
Oh, she's gonna need some tough love here.
I was gonna say, you could have just stopped at fucking.
Yeah, that too.
I'm pretty sure her baby daddy's sitting at the other end of the bar.
Staring at her, she looks really just like her eyes are baggy, and she looks like she's been through a lot.
Well, Scrog, it's
She
time to
is
get real
really
with her
being
here.
Worn out.
I'm about to get super real. Be like, Locke, you've ran this bar the entire time in my absence. I appreciate everything you've done for me. And I'm going to reach in my bag and withdraw the deed and give Locke the deed to this place. Because I'm going to wash my hands of what Karamorn has become and wish her all well with her and her family.
You can see her face start to break a little bit, and she starts to cry, but through her tears, she's just like, "What was I supposed to do, Scrog? It's all we had. Look around you. This is all that's left. There's nothing else. Without this place, it's just there's nothing here worth saving."
Who runs
She
these
starts
other
to
two
cry
bars?
into her hands.
I'm gonna tell her to go ahead and take a break, and I'll run the bar while she gets herself together.
She doesn't. She seems to hear you, but she's having a paroxysm.
Good word.
Chap. Well,
You can tell she's overcome with gratitude, but at the same time, she just wants it all to end.
right. We could just burn it to the ground, Locke. Start all over. Just like we did here. We came from a ship, we can go somewhere else.
Oh, yes. I meant to mention the ship wasn't looking too good when perhaps now it's not the right time.
Well, Locke is inconsolable and unresponsive, so it's as good a time as any.
Okay, Davos, good as time as any, is gonna stand up. I'm gonna saunter my way over to the bar, and I'm gonna walk behind the bar this time, and I'll approach Locke, and I will stand there and just look at her and say, "I really am so sorry. Things have changed. Things have happened to me that I never thought would. And whatever you need, we can make happen. You've done whatever you can for this town, and whatever you want for me to be gone or us to not be involved, anything you want you can have. We just want to make things right. We had to leave to make things right in Tatooine, and we want to make things right here again. Please just tell us what's going on, and I will not be involved if you just want to talk to the other guys."
Okay, so when she turns to you and tries to start listening, she tries to open her eyes, but she can't because she's crying too hard. And then she falls onto you and starts kind of crying into your collarbone area, and she's just hysterical. And then
Well, I'll be
at the same
damned.
time she's doing that, she starts kind of like punching you a little bit with hatred on the front of the shoulder, like she's kind of holding you in spite of herself. And Roll a dexterity save.
I'd rather just take the hits or do a con or something.
No, roll a dexterity save.
So you don't step on your own nuts that just hit the
Oh,
floor.
nat 20.
Okay, so as she's doing that, she starts crying harder and harder and harder, and eventually her knees give out from the grief, but you manage to catch her, and so now you're holding her weight as she cries into your chest.
Well, I will hold her weight, lean in, and in her ear just speak softly and be like, I died. I died more than once and have come back, and things have just changed. The way that I think and the way that I'm just living this life have reassembled into something new. I don't know how to act anymore. I just don't know how to be, but the only thing that's gotten me through what's going on is these guys and this party and you and everything that started here. And I'm gonna be like, I'm so sorry for leaving you here, but you've done so good, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm just gonna like give her that hug and hold her weight. Just let her cry.
Okay, that goes on for 2 or 3 minutes. After a while, you hear that she's starting to catch her breath a little bit, and it's becoming less intense. And eventually, she holds herself up again, and she slides her weight onto one of the small stools that's on the inside of the bar. And who has the highest wisdom score?
I do.
Oh, yeah, Lunaris.
Yeah,
It's
I think
over.
Lunaris.
This
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Lunaris, in an act of extreme insight, notices that she could use a glass of water, so he goes and gets her one, and now he's standing at the bar too, and she's
His
drinking the
fucking
water.
silk robes, like he's
And the
like,
way I'm gonna approach the group is all you see is a small shadow appear from Scrog's shoulder, and you see it's Umbreon holding a glass of water being held up by Lunaris, who you didn't
like
see
it.
approach.
Yeah.
Nice, there you go. Exactly like he said. So that all happens, and everybody's sitting there, and it's very emotional. Everybody feels like they could either use a good drink, except Edmund, or
Still
or,
have a pondering
good rest.
question.
Yeah,
You
do it.
notice that as this has all happened, there's a small crowd of semi-interested onlookers, but most of them look away almost immediately as if there's something indecent happening. And then you notice probably halfway into this, out of nowhere, the drinks and food start to be served by another person who appears to be a half-elf.
Kote, can you speak into the mic a little more?
Sorry, I'm mumbling. You notice that as Locke stops tending the bar, a young-looking half-elf comes out from the back. He's holding a broom, and he puts the broom away, and he starts to tend the bar, and he starts to tend to the patrons as Locke has her emotional moment.
I'm gonna lock
Okay,
eyes with this
best-
elf.
best as time as any. I'm gonna stand up on the bar, and I'm gonna say,
Okay. Davos, no!
no, and I'm gonna pull Edmund up by the hand,
No!
and he's on the bar with me now. And I'm gonna say,
Edmund's resisting.
and I'm fucking pulling him up. If he's resisted, we're rolling. But I'm gonna pull Edmund up with me, and I'm gonna say, everyone here, to the knights and the best of knights, you've been watching over here, and we used to live in this town. And
Edmund,
this
no!
is our
Edmund's doing
our owner of the
Got
bar,
it.
Scrog.
Go
And
get
I'm
your
gonna be
say,
like,
Edmund.
We're home, we're back, and this is a time of celebration. And then I'm gonna say, Edmund here has something to perform for you, and I'm gonna look over at the other guy.
Lunaris is just slinking into the back.
I'm gonna look over at the other guy and be like, the time is is for you to come drink, and I'm gonna be like, drinks for everyone on the house, and I'm gonna start pouring drinks out and getting things ready, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna look at Edmund and slap his ass and give him a wink.
Everybody's abandoning you.
I'm gonna pull.
You couldn't
pull
do this
Davos
while I
down.
had my armor on, could you?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull Davos down, and I'll be like, I don't have very many spell slots left. Low profile.
I'm gonna be like,
Hey,
it
everyone!
doesn't require a spell.
How's everyone doing tonight? We're with the Lovebirds reunited. Let's give a round of applause for the Lovebirds.
So are you
Wait.
consenting to this?
Pause for applause. I have no choice.
Fuck yeah, and I'll fucking take a look back at Locke to take the attention off the scene and take a step down and fucking.
I'm
take a look at
immediately
you.
turning on. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So the way that your speech of victory, with you directly at the center of it, came directly after the moment of the bartender crying hysterically for 10 continuous minutes, has left an extremely uncomfortable silence in the room.
Yeah.
No one is making any sound at all.
Yeah. Caleb, Edmund's following that up. Yeah.
It's definitely a vinyl record rip.
A round of applause for the lovers and a round for the patrons at the bar on me. Trying to bring it back.
You're really doing that?
Play the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're gonna need to roll. You can roll performance or charisma depending on whether you're using your music.
I'm assuming it's a performance because I'm
Whichever you
kind of
want.
turning on the MC and got the loot out. Yeah.
Just turn into
Okay.
Bruce Buffer.
And I'm also gonna take a fistful of gold and drop it on the bar. Whenever I say rounds on me, try to take attention off the other people.
A fistful of gold.
Yeah.
How much gold are we talking here?
Like 50 gold pieces.
Holy shit. Deduct it from your inventory.
I will, yeah. You want me to roll performance?
Yes.
Gonna use lucky and re-roll that. Oh, should I? 18's pretty good. Could be much worse.
Could be worse, yeah, but I don't know. What do you think?
No, we'll stick with the 18. And I'm gonna drop. I'll drop
an insight to determine how well you're able to evaluate the crowd's reaction.
Okay. Deduct 50 gold coins.
Roll the insight onto the tower, though.
And do. I deducted the coins.
Thank you.
Insight.
Okay. So, you get the crowd's attention. They seem like they're going along with it fairly well, although they do think you guys are fucking weird, but when you pull the gold out and drop it, you notice the mood in the room get tense again, and people are now looking at you really suspiciously.
Oh, shit.
Drinks!
They
Drinks
don't
on me!
seem like they want to attack you, they seem like they're afraid of you.
Yeah. Drinks on me, everyone! Ha 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 ha! And I'm picking it up, and I'm gonna try and divert the attention with like a song now, and just roll right into it. Yeah.
They're all actively cringing, but they don't seem to be taking any immediate measures to change anything about the
Okay,
situation.
I kind of want to. Should I do something else here, boys, or no?
You should get the fuck
please.
out of here.
Well,
That's what I'm doing.
You're
I'm
making things
covering
very
for you.
interesting.
No, I'm making this even more cringe because this is our fucking place. I'm gonna fucking stand back up and be like, yeah? You guys are spooked? You don't even know what the fuck we've been through. We just saved this town in ways you can't imagine. I'm gonna be like, this is the gold and the bounty from adventures you could never imagine. And I'm just gonna,
Yeah, Davos, read the room, Davos.
People start filing out.
Oh
You
my
hear this
God.
long-winded voice from a back room saying, "Shut up, bitch!"
I'm just going to fucking bow out and be like, enjoy, and just fucking send her.
About 30 to 40% of the patrons have quietly slinked out without trying to draw as least attention as possible to themselves.
I'll finish my song, and we should very quickly in between songs, I'll dip down to Davos and be like, "We gotta find a place to lie low now," and I'll go back and I'll start playing another song to keep their attention.
I will pull his fucking pants and fucking turn him to me while he's finishing up and be like, it's either my place, Buford's, or the cathedral.
I don't fucking care. Just pick one.
Okay, and then I'm gonna be
La 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 la.
it's my place. Let's go. It's across the street.
As you guys are talking, you notice Locke finally regains compose of herself, and she comes back up to you guys, and she's through tears. She goes, "I'm sorry for my reaction. It's just I can't even tell you how hard it's been. I think you should go, but come back soon." And she takes your hand in both of her hands, one on the bottom, one on the top, and she looks like she wants to do something to it, but then she just kind of lets it drop with a sad look on her face and looks at you guys like she's expecting you to go now.
I'll just take one last look at her and say, you have nothing to be sorry about. I have way too many regrets, and then I'll walk out.
Alright, she rests her elbow on her side and starts, fidgeting with her sideburn hair or whatever people do when they're nervous.
As I leave the bar area, I'm gonna lean into the kitchen door and be like, guys, let's get the fuck out of here.
She starts chewing on her mustache.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll finish the song. Say, everybody have a good night. And I'm gonna jump down off the bar and quickly skedaddle out of the bar and immediately take in my surroundings and look to see if there's a group of people coming to kill us.
So, let's let the party congregate in the exit way here, and we'll discuss the somber exit from Horrors, Horrors, and Moors. Don't let me get in your way.
Yeah, first thing I'm gonna say is turn to everybody and be like, I'm sorry. Just overwhelmed with regrets, grief, and disappointment that everyone just doesn't understand what we've done and what we've been through together. At least I have you guys to hold things together. I'm sorry for overdoing it there, and I'm gonna be like, we can settle for the night somewhere close. We can go to my workshop or across the street to Scroggs. Whatever you guys want.
I should say, now that I can speak, thank you all for saving my life, by the way. That was
All right.
Stand up of you.
Put a time on the clock, people. It took that long for a thank you. We're all marking it. Check the sundial. Mark the date and time.
You weren't even there.
No, Lunaris is talking. Lunaris is talking to Umbreon. He's not even at the group.
Oh my god, because he
So
has the
Davos,
background knowledge.
Davos, I would like to take this time to point out that child is only half elf.
It's not really a child.
No.
Lunaris is going to walk over and start gathering up the pieces of an armor and packing it up onto his satchel, kind of carried on his back.
I'm just gonna look at Scrog and go, it doesn't matter anymore. What she's been through is just horrendous. I don't even care what it is. There might be responsibilities that I have, and I might be milk dad once again.
Look, it's quite obvious that we're going to have to murder a bunch of people here soon, so perhaps we should rest up and prepare for that. By the way, where's your friend? The one with the and he'll make a gun symbol, like a rifle symbol.
I'm gonna look around and just realize that Fisker is no longer with us.
Yeah, and be like, oh my god, we were so crazed in that race. Where is Fisker?
Mark it on the calendar. It took that long to talk. You just see Lunaris screaming at it all in the corner.
Oh my god, this guy with his fucking insight of divine fucking moon knowledge over there just... Alright, as we walk out, I'm just gonna say, you don't ever have to thank us, Edmund. We just wanted you to be sane again and back with us. It's really nice to have you back.
Hey, you guys didn't take advantage of my body when I was gone, did you?
I'm gonna poke my head back in the door, but I might have looked twice.
Your head might have got smoked on a few door frames as we took you to some beds, but...
Alright, I was gonna
Other
take a
than
piss,
that-
and I gotta go do that right now, because if I think about that much longer, I'm gonna be fully erect and unable to go.
And then I'm just gonna
Talk-
I'm
1
gonna
minute.
give him a little head rub and be like, "Don't worry, at least you didn't die." And then I'm just gonna fucking hang my head again and
You
just be
didn't
like,
seem
oh,
to feel anything.
wallowing in fuckery.
I don't know.
But I'm also gonna say it was pretty cool to see your life as it played out in backstory, and now we
Pardon?
know a lot more. Oh yeah. Well, we got to see the way everything happened in your life through some absolute cosmic dream that happened, and it was pretty fantastic to see you go through your university and how you ended up just being the man that you are.
His eyes go wide and his face flushes.
Oh, what a delight. Alright,
And then
you
I'll
taking
say
off?
that fart song was quite something and let out a fucking little blast, and then just laugh.
Yes. Well, thank you for pulling me out of there. I mean that lock stuff was crazy, right?
Yeah, dude, I don't even know if I got a kid. I don't know what I've been doing in my life at all. All I know is that I have you guys, and I have lots of wrongs to right, and I'm just gonna be fucking kind of just sauntering again out of here.
Alright,
Well,
everybody leaving?
yeah.
Just on the way out, I just want to have a look at this other barmaid guy for a split second. What does he look like again?
The half elf?
Yeah, like how does he generally hold
He's
himself?
plain faced, he looks like a young adult. He seems highly uninteresting. Like he's a kind of a everyman type, I guess.
Just gonna read back and blow a kiss to him and give him a wink on the way out.
He's got a reused face.
He's got a reused face, that's a great way of putting it. Try as you might, you fail to maintain eye contact with him because he's in the weeds after Locke having been down for so long.
Then I'll take 3 steps forward, get right in his face, and do it again. Mwah. And then I'll run out the door before he can react.
Okay. Because you run out the door before he can react, you don't see his reaction. But
Ha.
that. As you both run out the door, Lunaris and Davos, with your passive perception, you both notice that there is some marking on the door that looks like very old dried blood that someone tried to scrub off.
Huh.
Interesting. Can I tell if this was like what kind of a wound it was?
It could have just been a bar fight, you have no idea, but it's a good amount of it. Somebody was either slashed or savagely beaten.
Okay. I seem to not care enough right now of what's just happened, and I'm gonna say to the boys, is it my place or Scrog's smithy?
Well, I'm not sure either of them will be how we left them, but let's wander.
Alright, let me put you back in care more in here. There we go.
That
Cote,
gentleman I was talking to at the bar, he didn't have great things to say about the way the city's been run.
Cote, is there a chance you could change the grid color to black? I know that's a weird request. Thank you.
Yeah.
We should find a place to hold. What time is it?
It's a little after midnight, probably 1 a.m.-ish, probably.
Well, yeah, my place is literally right across the street, that little building.
You want to know what time it is in game?
Yeah.
It's like mid-evening, probably like 7 p.m.
Oh, so it's still fairly early.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was midnight.
No, it's just starting to get dark. You guys arrived in town fairly early in the morning. You spent some time cavorting up at the top and getting Scrog out of his bullshit, and then whenever you guys came into Whores, and Moors, it was kind of like a happy hour rush, like, you know, right before dinner time. And then when the half-elf took over serving, that was around when people were ordering the most food, and now you have exited just after dinner in the early evening.
Okay,
I'll change the ambient
I'm
lighting.
going to walk right up to the door of this place, my place, my building, and I'm going to take a quick look and inspect it a little bit. Make sure
You-
shit's not fucked around.
Okay.
Cool.
You see when you walk up to the building that even though the door is intact, there is a window on the front of the building that doesn't have anything in the window. And you
I
notice
guess blast it out.
yeah. There's not broken glass in it or anything. It's just a hole. And there's a curtain in the window that's flapping a little bit. And it looks like you could get a closer look if you walked up to the curtain and looked in.
Okay, I will try to be very quiet and sneaky, and I'm actually just going to open the curtain and crawl into the window while I say back to the party, just give me a second.
Are you going to look through the window before crawling into it?
No, I'm just going to go in.
Okay. Roll,
Felony charge number 2.
What?
Breaking and entering.
roll to do a sneak. Very nice. Alright, so you managed to climb through the window. It takes a minute for your eyes to adjust because it's so dark in there as the curtain retracts. But you look around the room and you don't see anybody in there. Based on the whole house is one room, so you know you're alone. Based on the way the outside light dances around the room when the curtain flutters, you know that you'd have been spotted immediately had someone been in there, regardless of how sneaky you were because of the shadows dancing around. So you look around the room, you notice that it looks a little bit like the building to the north of town that was storing the dry goods and the wheelbarrows, except this one, the walls are all intact. There's a couple of holes in the roof. There's a couple of marks on the wall where it looks like some commotion has occurred, and the building's in general disrepair. But on the ground, you see the room is lined with what look like knee-high dividers, dividing the room into 6 relatively equal spaces. And in each section that the thing is divided into, there's a couple of either beds, cheap cots, or in some cases stacks of hay with wool blankets on the floor. And looking around, you can tell that there are a lot of people who usually sleep in this building at the same time.
Okay.
Other than that, there are no noticeable fixtures remaining from before. It's completely unrecognizable and stripped.
Okay. I will just go open the door from the inside and usher the party in for a second.
All right, you open the door. You
And-
guys notice that there are some people walking up and down the street. It's actually moderately busy. Maybe a person passes you every 1 to 2 minutes, and you start to hope that the person who owns or lives in this house or thinks they own it doesn't see you standing in the doorway.
Well, I own this bitch anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that. And
you go.
I'm going to light up whatever lanterns or anything to have some light inside and usher the party in.
Okay. What are you doing, party?
I think I did have a map
I'm gonna
for my little
put my... I'm just gonna, like, kind of shrug my back to kind of, like, rejiggle the shit that's hanging from my back because it is quite heavy. I'm gonna fucking head off this way. I'm gonna look back to the group and I'm just gonna have a quick look around. I'll be right back.
Alright, so instead of following Davos in like he's asking, you're just gonna go north like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be back. 30 seconds. I'll be quick. I know I'm lying, but they don't need to know that.
Off you go.
Edmund will shrug and follow Davos in.
Off you go. Scrog.
Scrog is going to follow Edmund.
Alright, you guys go into the house and you see the same thing that Davos saw.
So as they enter the house, I'm going to be like, looks like a lot of these buildings have changed other than maybe some of the buildings. I'm going to say there wasn't much in here to begin with, but there's at least a place to sleep. Seems like other people may have been sleeping here. I just wanted to chat with you guys for a second about a plan. Like, we need to find Telomere, and we need to figure out what's going on in this town. Like, she seemed like the one who was gonna keep things orderly enough political wise while Locke kept the people happy. We need to locate her and talk to her.
I don't know if she's even still here. I'm not sure. We can look for her, of course. I'm not sure we should stay here, though. It looks like it might be in someone else's house now.
Yeah, I agree. This probably isn't the place to stay. I just wanted to get off the street and chat. Where do you think we should look for her first?
Well, one of the most fortifiable buildings in town was Phoenix Hospice.
Alright, sounds like a good enough plan. Should we just head south?
I'm down for that.
Scrog, you seem awfully quiet. What's on your mind?
Nothing much there, man. Just want to do some fishing.
I'm gonna fucking go up and give the big guy a little fucking tickle and be like, where the fuck are ya? Where's your head at?
Just before everybody starts moving around again, I just want to check out, just step out onto the docks and take in the scenery.
Alright.
Hello? Yeah, you guys can hear me.
Yep.
Because I've never been here before, and I want to see some stuff.
Well, this place is nowhere near the glory that we left it in.
I think it's fantastic, says Lunaris sheepishly. It's so pretty
Just
here.
let Lunaris do his own thing. He's like the hermit who's just like, he's good. He's alright. You don't have to worry too much about him. But yeah, did you hear that, Scrog?
What?
I basically just said, like, we gotta look for the other elf chick who was running things more, like, politically here, and,
I would say
Edmund-
everything that we
Edmund said-
know about this place is no longer true.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but those are the only 2 contacts we have. And then Edmund said she might be at somewhere like more fortifiable, and Phoenix Hospice was pretty good place to start. So I was like, should we just head south? Because we shouldn't stay here. It seems just like a sleeping quarters for other people.
That's fine. I'll just stick with you guys. I'd say we can go down to my bathhouse. My stuff seems to be untouched by anybody else.
I'll look at Edmund and say it's on the way, and shrug.
We'll check in.
And what are you doing, Mr. Birdman?
I'm just checking out the docks. I'm just looking to see the people and what I see in the water. Like, are there any boats here?
You notice that all of the boats are small, but there are a lot of them.
Okay.
And there is a lot of activity. There's more activity in the harbor on the water than there is on the land. Lots of little boats going out laden and coming back unladen.
Any identifying markings or symbols on any of them?
They're
They all
going
look
out
very
full and
amateurish,
coming
so-
back empty.
Sorry?
Yeah, they all look pretty amateurish.
So, like, quickly put together type boats?
Yep.
Alright.
Can we clarify Tonky's question? They're going out full and coming back empty?
You notice that many of the boats, well, you guys don't notice this, Lunaris notices this, so you don't know. You know what, you're going to find out eventually, and you're going to ask then, so I'll just pretend like you saw them. You notice most boats that are leaving are full of crates and sacks, and occasionally people, but usually crates and sacks. And most of the boats that are coming in are not carrying said crates and sacks. And that even though the boats look like they're not affiliated with each other, they all seem to be carrying similar cargo.
Very good. About how many people does it look like it takes to run one of those dinghies?
2 or 3.
Okay. Right, just gonna venture off this way because I don't know any better. I'm just gonna keep
they're all
walking down the
sailboats.
dock as time permits.
They're all sailboats. They all have like one main sail, a couple of side sails, so they're not like big galleons or anything. They're all just small-time sailboats. Crew of 1 to 6, I guess, for some of the bigger ones.
And how's the rain doing? Is it still coming down pretty good?
It's let up a little bit. It's tapering off into the evening. The wind has stopped. It's just kind of a light evening rain now. It's still cold, though. It's unpleasantly cold.
I'm gonna take a look around the room and be like, where did Lunaris go? And I'm gonna open the front door and take a step onto the street and be like, shall we?
After you.
I shall follow suit.
And
It's
yeah,
kinda
I guess
broken. My fucking business is failing, and everybody's just kind of eating there as a soup kitchen.
it's a little fucked. I see Scrog a little down in spirits, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? I think it's time for you to just take point on this one, man. You seem to just have a way with finding where we need to be going.
It's trouble, Davos. That's where I always lead us to.
That's all right with me. We can handle it, and I'm gonna stay back with Edmund and be like, just take us down the road. Let's go to Phoenix.
Let's take us to Phoenix place here.
The one thing I do want to do is, if we pass by Buford's shop, I want to take a closer look at that.
I'm just keeping an eye out for any kind of an inn or some place that I can get out of this fucking rain.
We might end up sleeping in the fucking church, honestly. So, where was Buford's place? Isn't it the one off the docks right behind my house?
Mm-hmm. The big one right there.
So maybe we should just... So Edmund says that, maybe we should just fucking offshoot and check that out and see what the hell's going on in that house. So as we walk down the street, I'm like, "Oh, there you fucking are," and I walk up to Lunaris and be like, what have you been doing there?"
'Tis a bustling place. People are coming and going. I wonder if there's decent trade here. My friend Zen, I might have to go find him later. He's my interpreter of skills.
I'm gonna say things are a lot different than they used to be, and the mood is kind of down. Thank you for bringing peace of mind to me and some bliss, but also ignorance. You're hilarious. And I'm gonna turn to him and be like, "Best of friends."
And you just see Lunaris pick up, like, Umbreon and extend it out, and it's actually Umbreon giving you a high five and not Lunaris.
He's
As
slipping.
I high five the little fucking teddy bear doll, I
Yeah, you're starting to...
chuckle at it, but
You're starting to notice that Lunaris is getting very fucking tired.
We should find a place to rest. We
I
should
agree.
Go down to the
so should we
church
check
there.
to go? Should we just go, or should we check Buford's place? Because his other guys we knew were there. At least we know people there.
Those boys were skittish as hell. They're
Didn't you
probably
kill them all?
Hey, I told Scrogly, let's just go. Let's go to the church. Scrog's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Let's
didn't you kill all of Buford's cohorts?
Wait, did I?
Yeah.
We killed one of them.
Yeah, one of them, and then consoled the others and was like, "I didn't do it," and I succeeded on all the deception. So they're like, "Oh, Jesus."
Oh.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm a little bit
Yeah.
snake incarnate. Okay, yeah, we're going down south.
Let's head south. Let's go to
Yeah,
Phillips.
let's just keep jaunting slowly.
Right on, right on, right on.
So if anything of note pops up on the way there significantly, I would like to investigate it, but other than that, just keep moving.
I'll just move as a party. It'd be nice if you could, like, what's it called? Drag and drop a square around everyone and move us as a party. Like, that would be really fucking good function, honestly.
Can we?
I don't know how that
Might
works.
be
I
able
feel
to
like
do
that would have
that.
to be the GM to do that.
Ah, I
do
closed
that,
the
but-
map like an idiot.
Wee.
Oh, no, push the map for him. Oh, my God. Sorry.
Yeah, I can move these as a group. It's not a problem. Look. Bonk.
Yeah, group us up.
Might
Nope.
as well. We're kind of lost here. We don't know what the shit's going
Here,
on.
I'll go you one further. I'll put you in a fucking formation.
You're giving us a nice investigative kind of role play here in the town. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's good to start like this, though, with everything
What's
new,
we
everything
doing here?
changed.
Fuck out of here, Vesper. And there you go.
Oh, Zed's back.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck, I edit Zen. Bye, Zen.
That's all right. Whatever.
And just as it should be, the 2 weak spellcasters are in the front.
Uh-huh.
How dare you?
You may adjust your formation.
It's
as
all
see
right. You
fit.
know Scrog could
Oh,
frog
it's
over your
fine.
ass in a second, just jump over your head, maybe graze his balls slightly on your forehead.
trying to ruffle them feathers.
Oh.
Alright, we're rolling through town.
Yeah,
Walking fast, faces past.
and we're at Phoenix now.
And I'm home now.
So, Phoenix Hospice is the one just to your right there?
Down one.
Is it all
It's
one
the next
side?
road. It's the next road that goes north.
What?
Oh, it's, hang on.
Oh,
This
up
one,
into the
this
north
one here that I
afterwards.
just uncovered?
No,
it's
no,
down.
the other way. It's over here.
Over here, isn't it?
I don't know. I can't see shit, but it's it's either down where you put that marker, or it's up to the north on the next road.
Oh, you guys tell me where it is.
I just
think it's
can't.
all
I
the
just
way
can't
south,
really
right?
see it. So
Yeah.
if I saw these two buildings, I could tell you which one it was.
No, it's not the one on the docks. It's all the way down. Yeah, Caleb was right. It's all the way. It's
Yeah,
the last
it's still
road
down.
leading east.
Yeah, I think it's the last building.
Alright, walk
And
down-
it's a big
walk down the road,
rectangle
walk down the
building.
road.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
So is there anything that catches our eye that's a little concerning or anything on the way down here?
Not concerning. As you get past Horzors and Moors, you notice the crowd starts to thin considerably. There's a lot fewer people down at this area, and most of the people that are down at this area are either coming, they're coming and going through those apertures between the houses that go to the docks, and
Perfect.
you notice that there's a lot of most of the people down here have something. They're either getting onto a boat, coming off of a boat, talking to someone who is working on a boat, or fishing off the dock, or like they're concentrated around the water area, and the road that you're on is pretty sparsely populated right now.
A lot
The
of boat-related
few,
things.
Yeah, a lot of boat-related things. Yeah, there's like every now and then a horse and carriage will pass you on this road that you're on, but it's not a lot of pedestrians. You feel like you've got some privacy as long as you keep your eyes forward.
I'm just gonna say to everybody, seems like there's a lot of just sleeping quarters and people we don't know. It seems like lots of materials are being shipped off from here. Like, we need to find the town fucking organizer. Like, we need to know what's going on here. I'm just more and more concerned, honestly, because shit is just so weird.
We're missing Edmund.
Are we?
There he is. Yeah, he just left. There he is, I think. Yeah. He's
What?
He's back.
Sorry, guy left. I was mumbling. Caleb fucked off, and now he's back.
Yeah, it keeps dropping out.
Yeah, so here you are up in front of fucking Phoenix Dick Church.
Okay, we'll just, yeah, we'll walk as a group. Just like, you know, we're walking downtown somewhere. We're all in our gear, and it's late, and we're just trying to find a place that we know and maybe talk to somebody that we actually have talked to before.
Well, you don't notice so many people around here, like I said, but are you walking up to Phoenix Hospice?
Yeah.
It's the last road, though, all the way south and east, that road that's east.
Does it still look like a church?
From the
Or
outside.
like vaguely like a church? Okay.
Yeah,
Well.
it's beaten up like the other shit, but it's churchy. This is the one?
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Or is it the one
I
lower?
Yep.
thought it was the next one. Okay.
Yeah, it's the fully east
Hang
one.
on.
isn't it?
This one?
I
Keep
can't.
going-
I
keep going
can't see
down.
what it is.
Keep going down.
Hang on.
Keep going down.
No, that's
There's
No.
no. It's
No,
it's
it's
the
the next
L.
one down.
It's the L-shaped one.
Yeah, I think it's the L-shaped one.
Yeah, it was bigger than just that little square
Yeah,
house. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
We haven't been back here in forever, so yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
Down the road.
Yeah, so our party is actually confused. We're like, was it that one?
Eh,
Was it this one? Like,
this seems like it. This has a churchy feeling.
so I guess we'll all just take a look and be like, does it seem churchy anymore? Or...
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! Still churchy.
So does it look like we could just walk in?
Hell, Edmund, you're already there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I gotta get rid of those.
Hey, there I am.
Bye-bye.
And there's a bunch of bean bags there.
Alright, let me put your tokens into the building.
So we just
Huzzah.
walk in. It's
Huzzah.
good and open.
Huzzah. Huzzah. You walk in, it's good and open. You notice that the door is hanging off its hinges, but it's still attached.
Okay.
So
Does it
when
look like I can repair it?
Oh yeah, easily. If you had a hinge, you don't have the tools on hand, but it's a metal hinge, and it looks like the screws holding the metal hinge to the door. The wood that the screws go into has been eaten away, It could be because the door was flapping in the wind for a long time. It could be because it was kicked open suddenly. It's hard to say. But you can tell that it wasn't done recently.
Can we investigate that a little further and see if it was done through time or through
Impact?
Yes, somebody
Yeah.
will be able
Yeah, I'll
to...
take a look. I'll be like, Edmund, that makes sense, and I'll go take a look at it.
Yeah, you can use sleight of hand skill check to investigate that.
Well, I have investigation.
Use sleight of hand.
Okay. They're both massive proficiency, so.
Okay, 16. Shitty roll, but 16. Very nice. Fucking rogues, man. Fucking rogues.
Huge, yeah.
You can tell not exactly how it was done, but you can see that the screws holding the hinge have worked themselves out over time. So rather than having been done in one sudden violent act, the door has been like that for a while and has been steadily getting worse. That's what you're able to tell.
I'll communicate that to the party. Looks like it might have been a sudden action a long time ago, but time has just continually worsened the condition of this door.
Most of the damage is from the fact that it's been left in that state. Yeah.
So I'm not I'm not spooked out at this point or anything, but I'm gonna be like, I'm just going to take a little bit of a stance where I'm not as seen. Look around as you like or call out, and I'll just make sure things don't go south. And I'm gonna move myself to the wall to the north and just kind of walk with them forward if they decide to do that. But I'm gonna try to hide. And
yeah, what's the interior of the building? What are we getting from here?
It's dusty, it's decrepit. You can see that even though there are church pews in the building, there are church pews in the picture, the church pews are missing.
Okay.
And the podium is missing.
Does it look like anybody
stripped?
Does it look like there's anybody in here?
No. You notice no figures in the room.
This
Although you
looks
can't
like
see around those corners.
Looks like we're holding up to the night, boys. Is it echoey?
Yes, very. The stone throws your voice back at you. It's ominous. You actually, speaking of that, when you speak, it's creepy enough that you feel an urge to leave. Like, it's not overpowering, but it's you can see why someone might not want to stay in here as a default place to seek shelter because of how creepy and ominous it is with it being empty like this.
I'll say to the guys, do we stay? Is this where we hold up to begin a new day?
Lunaris's knees start to buckle over the weight of the armor he's been carrying, and he goes, I pick first bunk! And he just tears off to the other side. Bloop! He sets his shit down and he just fucking lies down on the slab.
I'm gonna walk over to the middle of the doors again between Edmund and Scrog, and I will say to them, I'll brace the doors for the night and add a little something I think will keep us safe. And I'm gonna take hemp and rope out. I'm gonna tie the doors together, and I'm gonna slip between the knots and all the rope bondage Morden symbol from Finnick.
Nice touch.
Guess while I'm over at the slab, I'm gonna start kicking away debris and making a spot to light a fire.
I would like to look around for any indication of what might have been Finnick's compatriots, what they left, or anything like that.
Or you just want to do a sweep of the room?
Yeah.
Okay, while he starts moving off, I'm going to cast, because I haven't cast anything yet, and we might rest, I'm going to cast Dancing Lights and split the orbs up all over the church.
Cool.
So we can see and give us a little bit of peace.
Do 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 do.
All right, Edmund, you can investigate.
Investigating. Probably not great at it. I don't remember. Not bad.
Says the pilot.
Shazam!
Fucking A. Alright, so you go poking around the room. You do a really, really good job. You notice a couple of tiles on the wall that when you poke them, they like almost feel like they have a strange resonance to them, and you try playing a couple of different chords at the wall in your lute to see if something will open up, but nothing happens. As you make your way around the room, you catch sight of the statues on the edge of the room, and you notice that they're largely intact, although they're pretty dusty. You notice one of them has had paint thrown at it, or some kind of substance. You're not entirely sure what it is, but maybe it could be black tar. But somebody's defaced one of the statues. And then when you get up to the podium area, you can basically see that it's unremarkable. But on the podium area itself, where the podium used to be, you can see there's a black stain on the stone, and you can tell that someone has lit a campfire there before. And when you walk down the other side,
I'll point that out to Linares, seeing that he's trying to light a fire. Yeah.
Yep.
Blub blub. Waddle over and start making it there instead.
Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So when you get to the, so that was the first two alcoves on the top that you looked in. When you get to the bottom two, you kind of look at them from a distance, and you notice that it looks like something has either fallen away from the walls, like the walls have crumbled, or something has crumbled out of the statue, or something was dumped there and then retrieved. You're not entirely sure what it is, but there's a lot of like black and gray, sooty, kind of porous stone material kind of littered over the floor. And once you notice the abundance of it in those two alcoves, you look closer around the rest of the room, and you notice the whole room is actually covered in the debris of this kind of crunchy white stone with black flecks in it. And what you originally thought was kind of just a regular dirty floor is actually now seeming more like the floor of a corn silo or something, where there's like a evenly distributed debris from a single substance around the whole room.
Yeah, I'll try and pick it up and crush it between my fingers.
It's a flaky, roll in knowledge. If there's any knowledge geology, then add that bonus.
That's knowledge geology.
Fisker would have crushed that.
Or stonemasonry.
Yeah, Finnick would have crushed it too.
He actually gets double proficiency when talking about stone. Came up once.
There you go.
Reroll that.
Are you burning a consumable skill, or?
Yeah,
that's
a
the
lucky.
First
of 3.
Okay. Are you allowed to burn as many as you want on one roll?
No, 1 per. I gotta take the second roll no matter what.
Okay, so you're keeping the 13 because you have no choice. So it's, you know that it's something that comes from the earth. You flake it between your fingers and you notice that it's flaky, but you don't really have any idea what it's for or where it might be found.
So at this point, I'm just walking up behind like Edmund through the main path, like in the lights, and seeing that he's like looking at this and trying to figure out what the fuck's going on here, because he said that to me earlier, and I'm feeling just more uneasy as we get further and further south and then we get here, and I'm gonna investigate. Like, I'm gonna like really start delving into this, man. I'm pulling a Batman here. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
So you're doing your own investigation?
Yeah.
Alright, roll it. So you start following Edmund around the room. You're kind of looking at the tracks that he's leaving in the floor, and you find that you notice the strange substance as well. So you find that you basically notice the exact same thing as Edmund, but you notice one additional thing, which is that in the tracks, or sorry, in the shit that's on the floor, apart from the tracks that you guys have made, there seem to be tracks. It's one long cylindrical mark, basically, just like a continuous line, and it's a little bit wobbly. Does not quite straight, and it goes from the front door to either of the southern alcoves where Calum found the minerally substance in turn, and it's tracked there multiple times. So basically,
Coming and going.
it would look like this. Yeah, there's a bunch of tracks that look like that, and it's a single line. Like
I want to
this.
further investigate this.
You find nothing remarkable about it other than that it's a line-shaped impression in the.
Like, how thick is it?
It's about an inch across.
I'm
Am I-
just gonna think to myself, like snake. Like that's all I'm thinking right now. Like what else moves in like a wandery pattern when it has to? And
You can roll
straight
knowledge
line.
nature if you want to figure out if it's a snake track.
I'm gonna right there. I'll go and talk to Scrog and be like, "Hey, dude, like
You know what?
you're Mr. Animal. Like, what the fuck? This looks like a snake."
You don't need to roll. Are you proficient in nature, in knowledge nature?
Scrog is, I'm not, so I want to just convey that to him because that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna say, hey, does this look like a snake pattern? Like what? Like because he's Mr. fucking Animal in nature. Like he knows what he's usually talking about with that. So
All right. Do you check it out, Scrog?
Yeah, so
Alright.
if he brought it to my attention, yeah.
You don't need to roll. You know immediately that is not a snake track.
I didn't think it was. I say being an inch wide, I figure it's where somebody is dragging something.
You think it may be that, but you're not positive.
Are there any like markings on top of the slabs?
What do you mean by the slab?
Are those the ones that have been defaced?
No, the one that's been defaced is in the top right corner, and the ones that the track goes to is in the bottom.
I am going to, for one particular reason of fucking safety and peace of mind tonight, I'm gonna go behind the altar at the front and check the trap door, and just have a listen and a look down it with dark vision, and see if I perceive anything down there, just so that we don't have to be worried in the middle of the fucking night.
Yeah, I don't think that requires a roll. Where is the trapdoor?
It was
Right,
where
it's
that
like-
O was, that token you removed.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, you look down there and notice nothing that was different from the state that it was when you last saw it.
Okay. I'm just gonna convey that to the group. Doesn't seem like there's anyone in here, and I can keep dancing lights up while you guys get prepared to have a rest if that's what you
What's
require.
the difference of a regular statue and the defaced one?
The
Just
defaced
one's
one looks
being
like it
covered
has
in
some
shit.
kind of. You're not sure whether it's paint or some kind of tar or petroleum product derivative, but it's black colored.
But there was nothing removed from the statue. It's still the statue. It was
No.
just
That's right.
Okay.
It was just has a substance thrown on it, or maybe it wasn't thrown. Maybe it was splashed haphazardly. You can't tell.
Well, it seems safe as any other. Is there a cleanish spot on the floor?
I'm going
No,
to
it's all
pull the
covered
door
in a
back
light
closed
layer
the
of
best
that
that I
stuff.
can.
Well, the doors closed, like the front doors.
Yeah.
Remember, I tied them up, so we're in here right now.
Oh, I thought they were all busted.
I will walk to Lunaris and usher Edmund and Scrog over, because Edmund's looking for like a place. He seems like he's dusting shit off, and I'm gonna go up to Lunaris and be like, "Hey, man, you think you can give us a nice place to sleep tonight? Like, you think you can do that thing you did in the forest? Like, I don't even know what that was, but it was pretty comfortable."
Oh, you mean Bubblestead? Yeah, that's a fun one. What?
I didn't say anything. We're
Oh, sorry.
What?
Anyways, I'll do it. And you kind of see Lunaris kind of wander. He's like trying to light the fire, so he hands the flint and steel to you. And he kind of comes back to the front door where where all of the doors are held together, and you can kind of see him like crack his knuckles, and you kind of see him put his hand over his head, and kind of you just see his arms start to go down glowing blue, and he puts his hand on the ground, and he's going to spend 10 minutes casting a spell. It's going to be Lemonie's tiny hut over the door.
And I'll take the flint and steel and get us some warmth and make a fire, I guess.
You making the fire up on the thing?
I'll make it like in the front of the pews that aren't there, like, on the second square of the red carpet, like right in the middle, kind of. So if we kind of sit around that front area or find some place that's comfortable there, I don't know. Further back, I don't want to be right near the door. Wait, how big is your spell, Sean? Like the...
It's a 30-foot bubble. It's like a bubble shield from fucking Halo.
Okay. So
and I'm going to make it so that the circle itself is butting up against the door, so it doesn't show on the outside of the building, it only shows on the inside. So that nobody can come in or out of the door, and I'm going to designate you guys targets that can walk through it if you wish. So,
okay, so
I just
near the front where we're standing, that's where I'll find one of the squares and
yeah,
make a fire.
just basically made the entire building so that there's nobody that can come in except through the front door. So now nobody can come in or out except if it's us.
Grog, thinking about it, there was no horrors at the Horrors and Wars. We could have just slept in the fucking inn rooms.
There, and then I'm gonna look to him and be like, there may have been patrons and peasants sleeping. It seems like everywhere has been taken over but here. And then I'm gonna say, but this is kind of ominous, man. I don't know. And then I'm gonna say, I'll stay up for the first watch and let you guys get to rest. And then that's gonna be my goal, is to light this fire, stay up for 4 hours, and watch over everybody, and just make sure shit's not going weird. And then I'll head to bed after the 4 hours.
Why don't you stay up for 2 hours, sleep for 4 hours, and then stay up for the other 2?
Yeah, I could do that too, but...
Davos,
No,
I
my
need you to
breakfast is
do
ready when I get
something
up.
for me.
What's that, Lunaris?
He hands you Umbreon and says, place him upon my chest when I go down. And you kind of see him scurry his ass a little closer to the fire. He lies down and he casts a fucking magical spell on himself, and you just see him put his arms on his chest and he falls to sleep. Like immediately, like no questions asked, just blah.
I'll sit by the fire close enough to just be really nice and warm, and sit Umbreon upon my knee on the left, and take a look at him with his seemingly non-animated body right now and be like...
You find it very weird that this thing weighs 15 pounds or so.
Yeah, okay, so I'm even more confused, but I'm also like, this thing is weirdly sentient but not alive, and then I'll pat his back or put my arm around his little shoulder and just be like, I guess we're first watch. And
What does it feel like?
Like, imagine like a sack of potatoes that's been cut up and stitched together. And it has like button eyes and like a crooked smile that looks like it's just a piece of fabric that was duct tape on, or like a lightly stitched onto it. It's got like
so it's
overalls
like a teddy bear
and
with
like,
weight
yeah.
That's like uneven and shit, like just weirdly lumpy, but like...
Imagine if you turned a scarecrow into a teddy bear.
Gotcha.
Alright, so I'm cool with that. I actually feel better to have Umbreon chilling with me.
Okay, so are you guys where... Run me... There was a lot of shit, so can somebody give me a crit?
So there's a 30-foot circle from where the door starts to the inside of the church.
So fire right there on that square. I'm gonna
Yeah.
sit on the back half of it, so I am right here with Umbreon. and the other guys can go where they want to sleep. And I said I would stay up, and
You're gonna watch.
yeah.
Okay.
But we're protected. We got the door
Yeah.
tied up. Holy Morden symbol. We got tiny hut, and I'm gonna stay for 4 hours with Umbreon. And
Okay, so can we draw the tiny hut on the map?
yeah, I could do it. Quick.
I don't know
Or do you
how,
wanna do it,
or
John?
I would. Well, I can adjust the 5-foot
Okay,
square,
so
right?
Right click.
Hold
Right
on.
click.
I'll just
and go
adjust this one.
pointers. We'll just right click, go pointers. Oh yeah, sure.
So it's
And the
that.
fire's in the middle. Yeah.
So this is a 10-foot radius hut. Yeah?
Sorry?
30.
30.
30.
This... I'm seeing 10-foot radius in the spell description.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very small.
Okay, so
What one was I
adjust to
reading
the
then?
door, and I'll sit right in the middle.
Oh.
So we're basically camping right beside the fire. Like we're fucked
Still.
tonight, boys. We're
So
literally
yeah,
all
I just
sitting right
I just
beside
can't
the
move it to where the door is. Can you do that for me, Ben? I think you made it, so you need to move it
fire. I will.
and just
boys.
butt it up against the door.
RP on without me. I've got to go to bed.
Okay.
I'm falling asleep sitting here.
No worries, man.
Thank you.
Means...
Be-doop.
Okay,
And
man.
just so you know, the fire is just barely outside the circle. It's not actually in the circle.
Yeah, it's probably at the back half, and I'm sitting. I don't even need to be in. Like I'll sit right in the circle beside it, at the back half. And you boys can.
Okay, so let me... Is everyone in the circle or no?
Yes.
Is the fire in the circle?
No.
Yes.
I said no. It isn't.
Well, it's at the back half, like right on the.
It's
rim.
like right outside the circle.
It's
Because
10 feet. That's lots of space. We just
Yeah,
gotta
that's
kind
enough
of cuddle.
space. We're like sleeping on sleeping bags. Like,
yeah, because I'm not going to have the fire in the circle because it's going to kill us from carbon monoxide. So,
No, smoke can
you
escape.
oh, can it?
Go out.
All right, then just
Yeah,
make it
yeah.
near the center.
You
then
can decide what the lighting in the dome is at will, and no matter whether there's a fire in there or not, the dome is always a comfortable temperature.
Oh. Oh.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Fuck the fire.
So
Fire out.
I'm just gonna put that shit out so it doesn't draw attention, and we'll get comfortable. And I will sit with Umbreon on my lap. I'm gonna enter a nice cross-legged position, almost. You know, I'm still watching, eyes open, but meditative thought on what the fuck is going on here, and that I'm concerned for everybody. But I'm gonna watch.
Okay. You guys are gonna pass the night in that dome. I think we're gonna end it there.
That makes sense,
Alright.
yeah.
yes, Next thing you know, fucking Zen's gonna come back. He's got 2 kids. He's like real, like a rock star look. He's got a teardrop tattoo.